Miami. Let's go. Come on. Where my islanders? Can some of y'all run down here to the front real quick? I gotta know who's in the building. Where my islanders? I need y'all to run down here. Come on, let me see ya. pain, y'all. Goodbye, y'all. Everybody raise it up. You are the God of miracles, say it. You are the God of miracles. You are the God of wonders. You are the God of wonders. You are the God of powerful. You are the God of power. I believe, say it. I believe. I believe. I believe. Say it, say I believe. I believe. I believe, say it. I believe. Say it, y'all. I believe. So long. Yeah, so long. Yeah, so long. Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye to my pain, y'all. Somebody wave me bye-bye. Somebody wave me bye-bye. You ain't welcome here. You ain't welcome here. Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye to my pain, y'all. I can't hear you up there. Somebody raise it up, say. Somebody raise it up, say. You are the God of miracles, hey. You are the God of miracles. Ah, you are the God of wonders. You are the God of wonders. Thank you. We cast our care upon you. For you care for us. That's what we can say. I believe. I believe. I believe. Say it. I believe. I believe. I believe. I believe. I believe. Come on, everybody, get your feet happy. Let's go. Come on. When my islanders can some of
The
y'all
Ground
run down
Report
here.
with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox
I need
Smith.
y'all to run down here. Come on, let me see you.
Bang, 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 bang.
Come on, Jehovah's here.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
You.
Good morning to each and every one of you.
Say it, y'all. Jehovah.
I'm gonna say good morning to Tara, Carmen, Ryan, Sensible, Sharon,
Say it, say it.
Ryan, Nick Chady, a pleasant good morning to you, Joyce.
I trust
Rajin, a pleasant good morning to you, Patrick. Kenrick Prasad, a pleasant good morning to you, Margaret.
where y'all at. Come on, come on.
Vajanti Skisoon, good morning. Tara Altars, good morning, Angela. Pearl Danielson, good morning. Davika Balkaran, a pleasant good morning to you. Samantha, good morning. Timothy Roberts, good morning. Denver Mohan, a pleasant good morning to you. Not forgetting Darren Mohan, Kongsalak Mohan, a pleasant good morning to you.
I believe, say it. I believe.
Denver wife, kids, everybody lock on. Good morning to you all. Mr. Pleasant, good morning to
Come on, let your feet
Valencia West.
go. Let's go. Come on. Somebody make
Counselor Neil De Silva, pleasant good morning to you, Delia.
Come on, catch it, Jehovah.
And KK, good morning to you all. Nasser Hussein, good morning.
Oh, Lord, say it. Oh, Lord. Jehovah, you I trust.
Not forgetting
I believe, say it. Everybody say it.
Kerry Reed, Darren Timothy, Alderman Angar, Susan Holder,
Y'all got your part over here.
and from the chairman go straight down in the Grandi Corporation.
Say it.
Philip, everybody, a pleasant good morning to you all.
You are the God of
Hey, Philip, good morning. Carlos, Patrick, good morning to you.
You are the God of wonders. You are the God of powerful.
Denise, good morning. Dennis, good morning. Bisnat Prasad, good morning. Wendy and John, good morning to you. Janet Singh Kaladin, a pleasant good morning to you. Shanifa Ali, good morning to you. Pringala Mohan, a pleasant good morning to you.
Everybody get radical with
Your Brady Bunch, good morning.
the devil's head. Come on.
Kamala B. Sessa, pleasant good morning. Calvary Spirit, good morning to you. Anthony on YouTube, good morning to you. Goben Lakshmidiyal, a pleasant good morning. 007, good morning, Pamela. Palu, good morning to you. Dear Hall. Uncle Breeze, good morning. Bernadette Motu, good morning to you. Roger Moraj, a pleasant good morning. Krishna, good morning. Peter Samlal Singh, a pleasant good morning to you. Vidya Serial, good morning. Vidya Vancouver, pleasant good morning to you. Baby, good morning to you. Baby Rampasad and my baby, good morning. Not forgetting Teacher Balmain, good morning.
Y'all catch it, everybody. Come on, say it. So long, everybody in the building, raise up.
Samantha Bedesi, good morning.
Goodbye to my pain and my sorrow. Let's go. One more time, everybody in the building, say so long.
Hey, so long, my God.
Hey, come on.
Balraj, a pleasant good morning to you. Anthony Hines, good morning. Haynes and Far, good morning.
So long.
Karen Loben, a pleasant good morning to you. Rambo Ali, good morning. Desmond Hines, good morning to you.
Bye-bye.
Bujam John, good morning.
Goodbye to my pain and my sorrow.
Darren Daniel, my brother, a pleasant good morning to you.
Let's go. So long.
Hey, Patricia Phillip, good morning.
So long.
Sharon Williams, a pleasant good morning to you. Family, 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 family. Hey.
So long.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, bang, bang.
So long. Goodbye to my sorrow. Hey, goodbye to my pain, y'all.
Betty, let me just say a pleasant good morning to the Queen of Arima.
Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye.
Afrina Mohammed, a pleasant good morning to you.
Come here. Goodbye, dear.
Ishmael Khan, a pleasant good morning.
Come here. Hey, so long.
Stefan Ram Sarup, good morning to you.
Yeah, so long. Hey, so long.
Angela Lochan, good morning.
Say it. So long.
Michael Scotland, good morning to you.
Hear you say.
The Hulk,
I can hear you say.
Joyce, I don't tell all the morning already. Gloria Escola, pleasant good morning to you. Marilyn,
Hey, y'all. Goodbye, y'all. Everybody raise it up. You are the God of miracles, say it. You are the God
and Marilyn C. Rachan, good morning to you.
of wonders. You are the God of powerful.
How about my Marilyn C. Charan, good morning.
I believe, say it.
Anne Marie Amin, good morning.
Say it, say, I believe. I believe.
Matilda Rhodes, a pleasant good morning.
Say it, y'all.
Natasha, good morning to you. Ruby Sammy, good morning.
So long.
Rock, rock, hey.
So long.
Vishnu Gopal, a pleasant good morning to you. Roma Price, good morning.
Goodbye to my pain, y'all.
The Toko Foundation, look on, man.
Somebody wave me bye-bye. You ain't welcome here. You ain't welcome.
How to work with that Toko Foundation.
Goodbye to my trouble.
This Isles, man.
To my pain, y'all.
Oh God, I always forgetting this man, who built the Toko Foundation.
They really don't say.
Back in the thing day, back then things was good up on that course.
God of miracles, here.
He wasn't perfect. Alvin Eyes, I think.
You are the God of wonders.
What the hell his name was again, boy? One only go remind me, man.
Cast down heaven upon you.
General Daniel, good morning. Ronald Lewis, good morning. Anderson Lewis and his wife on the beatum and all the beatum people that look on with that big box on the beatum. A pleasant good morning to each and every one of you. Anthony, Alan Hercules, good morning. Damian Acton, Vincent, good morning. Shellyan Byron, good morning.
Come on, everybody, get your feet happy. Let's go. Come on.
007, good morning to you.
Where my islanders? Can some of y'all run down here to the front?
I done said good morning to General Daniel.
Islanders, I need y'all to run down here
Daniel. Daniel.
Come on, Jehovah, say it. Jehovah, you. Say it.
Hey, Devon Mirage, a pleasant good morning to you.
Say it, y'all. Jehovah.
Hey, Majid Ali, a pleasant good morning. Dexter Tubas, good morning to you, a.k.a. Tubas.
I believe, say it, say it.
Nadira, good morning to you.
I trust.
Annie.
Oh, Lord.
Good morning, Ali.
Where y'all at? Come on, come on.
Hey, Kishan Ali, a pleasant good morning to you, my brother. Bishop Owen, good morning. Let me say a pleasant good morning to Pastor John too.
You are the God of
Not forgetting to Pundit Ravi, Iman Kazim.
I believe.
Good morning to you all.
I believe.
Leon Charles, good morning, Grace. Hey, Cindy Ramnarayan, a pleasant good morning to you.
Let's go. Come on.
Ba-ba-dam, bam-bam-ba-dam.
Somebody make some noise in here.
Susan Modi, Vihari, good morning.
I trust in you. Oh, Lord.
Jason Nesbitt, good morning, Angela.
Jehovah, you. I trust.
I think Angela Craig, good morning. Pringala Mohan, I don't tell you morning. Calvary Spirit, good morning. Nigel Black, good morning to you. Zabrangani, good morning. Rick Lutchman, good morning. Jason Jeffers, good morning.
Y'all got your part over here. I can't hear you. Come on.
Rishi, good morning.
Say it.
Audrey, Greenwich, good morning to you. Sandy Jones, good morning to you. Donarayan Rampasad, good morning.
You are the God of wonders. You are the God of powerful.
Annie E. Ramsaka, good morning to you.
Say it. I believe. Say it, say it, say it. Now everybody get radical for 30 seconds. Come on. Dance on the devil's head.
Hey, Asha Ramdas,
Come on. Y'all ain't radical enough.
good morning.
Balcony, y'all
Kenrick Prasad, a pleasant good morning to you.
everybody left.
Oh, you're up since 3 a.m.
I see you back there. Balcony, y'all.
Crystal Fernandez, a pleasant good morning to you. You're early. Brian, good morning. All Brian's, good morning.
So long, bye.
Roger Maharaj, good morning to you, Rolly. Lucky Lal, good morning.
Come on, y'all, help me say it.
Farmer Kane Farmer, yes. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Good morning, Nita. Ramlal, good morning. Trini Nairo, good morning to you. Ramchan, good morning.
Everybody in the building, raise up, say it.
That's Ramchal from Hamilton, good morning. Hamilton. Which part of Hamilton is in America? Where that is? In Canada?
Everybody in the building, say so long. So long.
Hey, Nigel Croshy, good morning.
Hey, come on.
Hey, this night, Nigel Croshy.
Goodbye to my pain. So long.
I wonder if that is Nigel, my Bellman partner, Nigel.
Balcony, everybody say it, say it.
You let me know, send a message. Sukal, good morning.
Goodbye to my pain and my sorrow. So long. Let's go. So long.
Wap, wap, ew.
So long. Yeah. So
Hey, Joanna Ramratan, good morning to you.
yeah. So long.
Hey, Selvin Batista, pleasant good morning to you.
Say it. So
Nice, Michael Isles is the man.
so long.
Michael Isles.
Goodbye to my sorrow. Hey, goodbye to my pain, y'all. Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye to my trouble.
Hey, Chandra Benjamin,
Stop me. You ain't welcome here.
good morning to you. Hey, the Slimy Show.
You ain't
I don't stop hearing you, but I see you wasn't disrespectful yesterday. I wanna ban you. I don't know, boy. Like you have about 100 profiles.
welcome. Hey, so long.
Helen Ali, a pleasant good morning to you. Andrea Alfonso, good morning.
I can't
Nathaniel, good morning to you, my brother.
goodbye to my trouble.
Daisy Bastio, good morning.
Goodbye.
Yolanda Cordner, good morning to you. Naz Ali and Mr. Ali, a pleasant good morning to you all.
Say it. You are the God of wonders.
Jawani, Ja Group, good morning. Ramesh,
Powerful.
yes, Ramesh.
Say I believe.
Good morning, Margaret, Matilda.
Say God.
Sherman, good morning, Sherman.
So long,
Royal,
so long, yeah, so long. Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye to my pain, y'all. Somebody wave me bye-bye.
hey, Karen Ramdan,
Bye-bye.
good morning to you.
Welcome here. You ain't welcome here. Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye to my pain, y'all. I can't hear you.
Hey, Chanchmati, good morning to you.
Say,
Marissa Hoyt, good morning.
you are the God of miracles, hey.
Yes, Michael Eyes was also a UNC senator under the Panda, the Pandey administration, or under the Pandey regime.
Hands down, hands upon you. When you carry us.
He's a man fight like a dog up on that coast there. But them people on the coast quite up, so they just love PNM. But we get some votes from them this time around. Toko fit still staying stunned, boy. Oh God. Toko, let her behave on herself.
Come on, everybody, get your feet happy. Let's go. Come on.
Mala, good morning, Earl. Sally, good morning to you all. I don't tell Charmaine good morning. Oh, I haven't seen Mikey case in. He's supposed to come out today.
I gotta know.
Me and he had a long conversation last night. Me and the man Michael, the Mikey came, man.
Let me see you.
Just cool, good morning. Nazim,
Come on, Jehovah's head. Jehovah.
Ruben Noel Ruben. So man, all of you, good morning.
There you are. Jehovah.
All roads lead to the Red House. Tomorrow, please God, Parliament. You open the Parliament, that's where we all are heading.
I believe. Say it, say it.
Hey, Neil Lee Silva, Valencia West. I done tell you morning already. But we now jump on our you KK and your wife Delia.
Where y'all at? Come on, come on.
Okay, thank you, Kenry Prasad. Hamilton is in Canada. So Canada and all who looking about Canada, good morning. Adish, Nicholas, Ramnarayan, good morning. Hey, Mr. Ramnarayan out in Canada too, good morning to you.
You are the God all powerful.
Ishmael Khan, good morning.
I believe. Say it.
Semantic 62, good morning.
I believe.
Yes, the slimy show Avex. Avex that you have 100 and something profile. I wanna ban you, you're popping back up like slimy. Slick. But I go ban you out of the whole profile. Be disrespectful. Especially when we live on Gael. When I put in a course and I seen any kind of disrespectful thing we're going live, like a resi people license. Anybody doing that, cussing or doing anything while we live on Gael. Don't spell no F-U-K and them kind of thing.
I believe. Say it. Everybody say it. I believe. I trust. Come on.
Yeah, so I vex your whole them profile.
Y'all got your part over here.
Hey, Judy Ragu, good morning.
Say it. I trust. Say it. I believe. Say it.
Hey, Maggie Singh, good morning.
You are the God of miracles.
Peter Brown, good morning to you.
You are the God of wonders.
Isham Ali, a pleasant good morning.
You are the God of help.
Don't be vexed, slimy, I vex. I go report here how you have real profiles and you only popping back up on this program and thing, and I go make sure your IP address is followed by YouTube, so they go make sure you can't get back in. So you play the fool.
Now everybody get radical for 30 seconds. Come on.
Survivor, good morning.
Come on. Come
Afro Salia, good morning to you, Ruben. Ruben and Sukraj, good morning. Karma. Karma Hamid, out of Toronto. Good morning to you.
So long, bye-bye. So long, bye-bye.
What's like me say, just don't do blocking. We just don't do blocking over here, sir. I go find out. Hey, Fufu, good morning.
Everybody, come on, say it.
All you don't do no blocking over here, but I do it here in Trinidad, partner. So you only play the fool and putting up anything bad language thing or disrespecting the new installed Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago in any way.
Let's go.
It's trouble in the house.
One more time, everybody in the building say,
Jenny Bell, good morning, Jenny Bell. Now Ryan Hiron again. Dave and Deborah, good morning. Hey, I don't call all here before it run out. I know. But I think all in Trinidad. Hey, don't go back and let Sole let me know, you know. I don't come and vibes all here.
in the balcony, everybody.
Dave and Deborah. Remember the elections done, you know. An election call. Back then, plenty people come to Trinidad wanted to see me. I didn't see a lot. I didn't see a lot of people. Because busy. In campaign, busy. In fighting this government that I really didn't have no time to do that. So just want to make a trip. Hey, let me say good morning to Mr. Clarence
So long,
and Faye.
yeah. So long,
Good morning.
yeah.
Mr. Clarence always looking to know. Miss Brooklyn, good morning.
So long,
Nigel George, good morning.
yeah. So long. Goodbye to my sorrow.
Hey, Maureen, good morning. All Maureen's, good morning. Job, good morning to you.
Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye, dear.
Hey, Dish, Ragbir, good morning. Tableland in the house.
You ain't welcome here. Hey, so long. Yeah, so long. Yeah, so long.
That's the only profile you have, but how you get unblocked? If I block you, how you get unblocked then? Anyhow, Harry,
You say, can't hear you say.
Dipchan, good morning.
Goodbye to my trouble.
Virgin Islands in the house. Harry, Virgin Islands.
Goodbye.
Harry and Mike in the Virgin Islands. Say good morning to the ground report.
What a miracle, say it.
Why I acting like a soft man so slimy? You're vexed. What? If I vex. And why I acting like a soft man? Because I don't want girl to get in trouble, partner.
I believe.
She could be on your stupidness before. She went 7 o'clock. Have some behavior. Mr. IQ, good morning. Hey, 007 here from Princess Song, good morning.
So long. Hey, so long. Yeah, so long.
If I could try with that narrative, I already tried with that narrative, Mr. Slimy.
Somebody wave it bye-bye.
Hey, John, Shalom. Shalom.
You ain't welcome here. You ain't welcome here.
Hey, Enchel Mohammed, good morning.
Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye to my pain, y'all. I can't hear you up there. Somebody raise it up, say. Somebody raise it up, say. You are the God
So, Enchel Mohammed from Montreal, logging and listening.
you are the God of wonder.
Nice. I don't know where somebody from, you know.
Thank you. We cast our care upon you. For you care for us. That's what we can say. I believe.
Hey, Michael,
Please say it.
good morning. Sensible, good morning. All right, I'm going to disrespect Kamala shortly. I'm going to ban you. Live, I'm putting you on and showing you I'm blocking you. I'm going to do that every time you come on, I'm going to block you.
Come on, everybody, get your feet happy.
She ain't do nothing to be disrespected. Rowley did a lot for everybody to no respect for him because he had no respect for nobody. And I want to say Rowley.
Islanders, can some of y'all run down
No damn doctor, nasty, dirty man.
in the building? Where my Islanders?
That will be hated by many.
Yeah, come on, let me see you.
Hey, Jennifer. Good morning to you. Wayne Felix, good morning. Alison Smart, good morning.
Come on, Jehovah, say it. Jehovah.
Hey, Maria.
Say it.
Charlie Charan, good morning. All they come on, so this listen go down. All they, will come on now late. I supposed to done calling him. I only supposed to be calling him up to 6:20. Lenora Comabach, good morning. I have no behavior, correct. I have no behavior. I'm a wajang. I'm all kind of thing that you all will want to place me to be. But I'm a rajang and a bad boy and bad behavior for the right thing. No water, people ain't getting water, are bad as a wajang. No medication in the hospital as a wajang. The roads bad as a wajang. The crime situation, the home invasions as a wajang. Forcing people to take injection as a wajang. As a old dog with no respect. But check the people who are this come wrong. Not the average individual. The people that we put there to see about our day-to-day basis. Or private companies that advantaging people. The banks and the damn high interest rates and only money. People go leave 20 let's say next month you go your senior or in the bank. As a washang for that. Yeah, Maria and Main. Morning, darling. So I'm not afraid. You could tell everybody slimy. And all who want to say, all whoever remain him spin and them fanatics still all learn the treasury mashup. P and them leave nothing, not even fumes. And all they still want to call me a wajang. Go look, which might be all now. Go look on the golf course. You'll see a bald head, ugly, stupid man that nobody don't like. That is a jammit.
Now everybody get radical for 30 seconds. Come on, dance on the devil's head. Come on. Come on. Y'all ain't radical enough over here. Balcony, I can't feel you.
Hey, Ashe Banda, good morning to you.
I see you back there, balcony.
Hey, Taran, good morning.
Hey, come on.
I ain't mind being branded. At least I'm not them social media influencers that like Raw man, the Raw and all of them. I like this fella too, but there's just think too much Trinidad madman and them. Where I just cussing everybody. Check everything with the pit bull. I don't cuss nobody other than business people or businesses and government officials. And when they check what cussing them for, nothing personal. About the damn work or wickedness they're doing people, poor people. Meaning, as a jammet like to fight for the downtrodden. For the people that don't have a voice, I have a voice. And giving them a voice. And I just use my geometry to fight for righteousness.
Just one more time in the balcony, everybody say it. Say.
Hey, Judy Palu, good morning. I think I tell you morning already. If I keep talking and studying here, I want to say morning to everybody whole morning. Mary, good morning.
Let's go. So long. Hey, so long. Yeah, so long. Hey, so long.
Hey, Pascal, good morning to you.
So long.
Michael GP, good morning.
Say it. So long. Yeah, so long. Goodbye to my sorrow. Hey, goodbye to my pain, y'all. Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye, dear.
Hey, Donna Rila, I think I tell you morning already. Anjali Swa, you're late. Good morning.
Welcome here. Hey, so long.
Yes, Sandy Jones. Yeah, let them know it's a big jammet, I don't mind. Let roll and all of them jammet, them.
So long.
Oh, they know.
I can hear
Pitbull is a bigger jammit than them, but for the right thing. Fighting for people, not cussing everybody. I ain't gonna waste my time to cuss people. Look. It was that what you saying, Slimy, I'd have been cussing you. It was one of them men and them, one of them jammit and them real jammit out there. Go cussing everybody. Oh no, so they're cussing you. Slimy, your mama. I'm under shaking up like real little girls now. The only jammit I did like was the fella who dead. Where did we murder? Kevon. I did like that fella. That Kevon fella.
So long.
I like it. I didn't used to just look to watch him like there. Passing through in Facebook, sometimes we'll just stop and see or TikTok and like, what are you talking about now? Who are you cussing? Where the hell is that you cussing? But yeah, that way you used to cuss sweet boy. Oh God. Now the rest of them trying to pretend there's Kevon. Kevon used to cuss sweeter than all of them.
I can hear you up there. Somebody raise it up, say. Somebody raise it up, say. You are the God of miracles, hey.
Yes, Angela. Andy, don't upset yourself with them blight, Slimy, and the other Port of Spain. You keep your cool, enjoy your music, yes.
Well, you can't us. That's what we can say. I believe. I believe.
Hey, Kevin George, good morning.
I believe.
Carol, Maharaj, good morning. Hey, Zoreda, good morning. Bash, good morning. Is Andy Bash? All right. Don't think today. Right, I already know to start action here, you know. I find people coming on late. And I still look at the hour. 3:39. And I still say morning. And it's more, I say morning, it's more to coming on. Oh God. It done maybe have about 700-800 people already here, boy. That's good. They come to hear the wajang, the defender, the poor people, the voiceless, wajang, Andy Pitbull Williams. Yeah. Jamit Andy Pitbull Williams. Yeah. They could call me whatever they want, hold their tail. And if I'm not alive, well, then I think I could cuss worse than Kevon. Yeah, don't get up with me.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Oh, Lord.
I hear my name called. I hear my name called.
Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang.
Hey, Harry Das, good morning. Hey, Donna Gockins, a pleasant good morning to you. Hey, Julie, good morning. Betty, next Betty, good morning. Rupert Lal, good morning to you. Mubarak Mohammed, you're late. Good morning. Hey, Darren Moham, Councillor, pleasant good morning to you, my brother. Now, say who saying them about them? I want you of them. Watch out, this kong says get up early. Now, say who saying sleeping or what? I go in and find out. I go out to find out. Neil the Silver, because I don't see Neil the Silver send a message here already. Delay them done up. Nasa missing in the house. Shadow Kong said Kerry Reed missing. Darren Timothy missing. And those two ombudsperson, are they lazy people or something? I can't understand that. Oh, I never see Anga early. Oh, I never see Susan early. I want to ask those people and them if they're doing the work, you know. Kamla say work for the people, else it's buff. Don't let me send a message to Kamla saying buff the two ombuds people in Grandy. Don't never there's get late. Nancy and Nira, the other Nira. Good morning, all Niras. Wait, people only jumping on so quick. The lesson got done. Matty Matt, good morning. All Glorious, good morning. This one is Ram Killer 1. Gloria Ram Killer 1. Oh God, boy. Ramesh Fufu. You know, jump on, I know see name. Man, let me run through this say quick. It's too much. It's all coming on so quick. Elizabeth George, good morning. Dave Maharaj, good morning. Alvin Lakshmidial, good morning. Sita, good morning, all Sitas. All Angelas, good morning. RJ Prasad, good morning. Dio Ramdas, good morning. Right, I said, hey, Arigiende, oh my gosh. That what we talking about.
Bang, 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 bang.
Who name and call all late? Oh, Pundit. I feel you would now done pray. So you get away, you know, Pundit Primram. Maraj. No, Param Maraj. Pundit. Pundit, sir. I have respect for them religious leaders that are good people. Like Imam Kazim, Pundit Maraj, all of them, they see the rest of them will come out and talk out. Pundit Maraj and Imam Kazim and all of them and Pastor John and all of them, I respect for them. You see all them rest are bastards that are out there that calling themselves men and women of God that's supposed to speak out and stand up for poor people or their congregations or their temples or their mosque. I don't respect for them. Anytime they ain't talking about because them on money alone. Them not on people, them on self. Salome Mary Davis, you're late. Good morning. Joy, good morning. Hayden Joseph, you're late. Good morning. Afiza Di Mohammed, I think I called him already. Here where it is. How I want to start the program on. Let me see if I could find it. Nasty, dirty Dolly. They're stating that the Kamala Prasad sir, state something that is not true. I see it this morning, man, running through. Just now, one will go tell me again what it is she say again. I have the video for it. Oh boy. Yes, Anderson Wilson. I don't tell you morning already. Unless you know turn on your radio. I tell you and your wife and you already beat them. Morning already, Anderson Wilson. Yeah. Well, I find that thing, boy, what she say about the lady again, boy? Oh, Lord. Anyway, let me bring some good news by the time. Patricia Arthur, you're now reached. You're late. You're late, Patricia. Fresh and all late. I see fresh. Late. Who else I see late here? Hey, Danny Scarlett, out of Toronto, good morning. Jesse. Babi Ulal, good morning. You're late. Doreen Barry, I think I called you already. Lawrence Sital. Morning, you're late. And I must say a pleasant good morning to Brent Williams, man. A pleasant good morning to you. Jackie, good morning. Yes, Slimy. You can't be cussing no man. Oh God, boy. Yeah, but not I won't do it live. I don't watch that God can't punishing me for cursing, you know. That bad obscene language, you know. You see curse. God is saying curse. You see you wish somebody this or that and cursing somebody. The 10 Commandments say thou shalt not curse nobody. Yeah, I ain't cursing. I using obscene language. But not in front of children and thing, privately. So if you see a CS Slimy, I'm going in your ears easy with that chin around. And I'm going to tell you one need hall. Yes, Alisa Gani, you're late. Ann Munsami, good morning. Oh boy, Nathaniel say, I see Mr. Ramadan waiting on his position. I seen him, but I don't know how I seen him. The man come back, I don't know. I ban the man. Send him on, you're late. Nice, Ravi Rapiram get down to business. He did get down to business. I seen a thing I donation out there. A food price. Fuel prices to increase by big time on Tuesday, May 20th. Now that can be in Let me people quick out tell you. That'll be a country outside of here. We government thing going on organize and with critical issues to restart refinery. I don't make a call. I will take a live call today to find out what this is about. That is the news here earlier. There go critical issues to restart our refinery. So we need to know what is the critical issues. Scotiabank says mobile online banking service fully restored after hundreds of outrage reports. And then I know Ravi, right. Seed of change. Guyana rice to boost Trinidad and Tobago farming future.
Organization of the agriculture sector is a move the Minister of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries Ravi Ratiram says has already begun with the first phase of the rice seeds distribution.
This includes the procurement of 100 tons of high-quality rice seeds for the 2025 planting season from the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. Support for the commercial planting of approximately 2,000 acres across Trinidad and Tobago. Field levels investments in access roads, drainage, irrigation, and on-site technical support. And I'm sure the farmers will love to hear this one, addressing the land tenure and land security issues that farmers are facing.
As a machinery and equipment supplier, FT Fafon, through years of collaboration with the ministry and farmers, Agriculture Division Manager Sandy Samnarayan pointed to a few areas that need to be addressed to support farmers.
What the farmers need are a couple things. They need some assistance with respect to capital purchase, maybe a system where one harvester or a fleet of tractors can be used among the group of farmers. They would need to change the way that they do nutrition for the rice, because it is not just done traditionally. You use one product followed by another, followed by another.
This voice not too long. 10 minutes. 8 seconds. I'm sorry, I can't play it, eh? I can't play it. Let me just start it off and give it a minute to see what it's about.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning, Ground Report. Current Hills here. Right? When you see me sending messages on your program too, I am Mr. IQ.
Mr. IQ, that message too long. I wouldn't be playing all of that.
Let me just read a little scripture to all you here this morning from Isaiah. Yeah? It's from Isaiah chapter 32, verse 5, to show you how relevant this thing that they call the Bible is. And it's talking about a time when God shall establish his kingdom upon earth, right? And the English Standard Version reads it like this: the fool will no more be called noble, nor the scoundrel said to be honorable. And I always remember that verse because growing up as a little child, I read the Bible from top to bottom. I read it. At that time, they did nothing like phone and no set of TV where I grew up. So at that time, the youths used to do a lot of reading, you know. A lot of us used to spend our time reading books, and the Bible was one of the books that I took up and read it right through to the best of my ability. And I always remember that little piece, especially as I grew up and began to understand politics and these politicians, honorable this and honorable that. And here it is saying in the verse that no longer will the fool or the scoundrel be called noble or honorable. Right?
Nice. I'll play exact 2 minutes of it. Next. Please don't send long voice notes, please. Nothing more than 2 minutes. 2 minutes and a half. That's it.
Good morning, Andy. Andy, I hear in Faris Alwari when he was the AG I had a woman named Ramki soon. I was paying she $50,000 a month and make up her portfolio for she to get a job. And when they remove him as the AG and he went to local government, he carried the lady there too. Make up another job for she, they pay she $50,000 a month there too. Who is this Ramki soon woman? And I wonder if Farah's wife know about she. I just asking for a friend. But the TTPS they investigate all of these things because you can't be taking taxpayers' money and squander it like that, Farah. Eh? You put in money on a woman that we don't know nothing about, you making up job for she and giving she a taxpayer's expense. The TTPS had a whole order and lock up all for mismanagement and squandering taxpayers' money, you understand? I hope the TTPS arrest you for that. Why you call a press conference for that one, Faris? You should call one and refute it. Call one, eh? Have a good day, Andy.
Nice. Hey, let me say a pleasant good morning to those of you that are looking to us in Florida, Miami, those of you in New York, New Jersey. Hey, Dr. Mirage. Hey, Mirage, a pleasant good morning to you. I'm sitting at my desk at work in Fort Lauderdale. So, Mr. Mirage, you're in work, sitting by your desk, but you're doing your work. In Fort Lauderdale, welcome. Thanks so much for locking on to the #1 program, The Ground Report. And all the rest of doctors and them that you know are Trini links, let them know where to lock on. #1 program, right here on The Ground Report. Real Media TT on Facebook. So anytime all you see, all you getting it on the various platforms that you all on, always remember the others. Real Media TT Facebook can get us. Real Media TT on YouTube. Corridor Transformation, YouTube. Workers' Rights Platform, YouTube. And you could also just put in on YouTube, The Ground Report, YouTube. And you're going to find us.
Good morning, Andy. I have a hot 100% tariff sardines and boiled eggs fart for Slimy and Patricia Reed for their illiterate comments on the chat. Suck it all up, Slimy and Patricia. Suck it. Good morning, Andy. I have a hot 100% tariff sardines and boiled eggs fart for Slimy and Patricia Reed for their illiterate comments on the chat. Suck it all up, Slimy and Patricia. Suck it.
Bang, 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 bang.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
A pleasant good morning to the Ground Report team, Andy, Mickie, Lennox, all the listeners and viewers, and all the supporters of the Ground Report, family, friends. Tomorrow, the 23rd of May, would be a special day for each and everyone who want.
Nice. And when you listen and all your voice notes, just make sure start the voice note by saying all roads lead to the Red House Parliament tomorrow 12 p.m. Tomorrow. Parliament for 12 p.m. Let's organize and be promoting it. We'll organize and start a blast out that and thing to the various groups and thing to all the other blast it out to let everybody know all roads lead to the Parliament, okay?
A better country going forward. We see on the 28th, it was a divine intervention that brought this UNC coalition of interest into power. And by extension, the people who rally around and toil and supported the victory on the 28th of April was a very special day for us in Trinidad. Knowing where we had come from prior to the 28th of April, we had a government that did not care about the people. They will care about their interests, their friends and family, their finances, and that circle. The poor and the downtrodden continue to suffer and suffer under that wicked, evil, vindictive, so-called government called the PNM. Today, there is a release of us like how our neck has been, a foot or knee on our neck, so we can breathe better. That knee is off, and we can go forward. Go tomorrow in numbers and support the opening of Parliament and support the government that will be taking the country for the next 5 years. I think into great things to come. But you do not get everything overnight. It comes with struggle. It comes with dedication, good planning, and everything goes to have a government in place that will take care of the people.
Nice. I don't cut that. I still give you 3 minutes. Your voice note is 4 minutes and something. Too long.
Bang, bang, bang. Bang, 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 bang.
Ready here. Look, somebody sent 7 minutes and 22 seconds. Them voice notes too long. I'll play at 2 minutes or so, 3 minutes in it or so.
More people on the live. I will play it one more time. I'll play it one more time, only because there are more persons coming on the live. And those of you who are now joining me on the live, I played an audio clip of a pastor said that he got a vision, and he got this vision before the election. And I want to play for you the vision that he got.
Man, I don't want to hear Pastor Google at all. He's no pastor. He's a fool. A big fool. The vision is what Kamala walk over to win the election. That's what they would go in and say now. But Rowley walk over to kill Manning. Let me continue. Really don't want to hear him. All right, let's continue. Oh boy, oh boy. Barry slams, Minister slams ODPM. He said there's no urgency in addressing flooding woes in rural communities. Paparo residents alarmed over plan to house deportees. $90,000 stolen from the corporation office. Sandop Corporation office? Wow. Is PNM controlling the... PNM is a bag of thief, you know. You always see international, at least 82 killed in Israel strike on Gaza. What about the Mubatul? What about the Mubatul? We didn't the Guardian here earlier. Just going through the Guardian. Just browsing through the Guardian there quick. Oh boy, oh boy. Tutko president called photo lawsuit against Stalin's estate disgraceful. The murder is 100 and, that's what it's saying here. 149 murders so far. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Tobago not ready yet for hurricane season, says TEMA director. Ministry intervenes to aid woman whose house collapsed in Laventille. Over 350 guests expected for Parliament opening tomorrow, please God. COP leaders still in the dark on a role in the PM Kamala's Gulflement. Teacher awarded $800,000 against 2 doctors for defamation. Accused free of charges as victim refuses to testify in rape case. I will go. A 32-year-old man of Karipachima has been freed of raping a teenager in 2016 after refused to testify against him. The 9-member jury before the High Court Judge Gail Gonzalez was yesterday directed to return with a not guilty verdict for the man after the victim indicated that she did not want to pursue the matter. Wow. Something wrong with that. Because here what it's saying here. So the man was immediately freed, saying the man was accused of attacking the teen on April the 1st, 2016. She was walking in Chase Village when she was approached by the man who allegedly told her that he would kill her if she did not follow him. The girl and the man walked past her mother's house and grandmother's house and grandmother's home. He allegedly took her to an abandoned shack near a river where he raped her before allowing her to leave. She made a report at the police station. Anyhow, something funny about that. I ain't gonna talk that. But something funny about that. No gun, nothing, and he just tell you go kill your walk. I ain't seen that just so. A woman that getting raped, and knowing that that's a gun, will have a struggle. What said somebody I no gun, nothing, and they just come and tell you, follow me as I will kill you. Me seeing a knife, me seeing a gun, me seeing a big stone, nothing, but follow me, I will kill you. And I willingly go down follow this man and follow this man to abandon house. No wonder why she don't want to testify. That is just my opinion.
Andy Williams on the ground report, good morning. And good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Andy Williams, what wrong with Prakash Ramada? Prakash Ramada waiting to get some position, some Senate president. What wrong with he? What work Prakash Ramada do? What confusion Prakash Ramada trying to make? What seat Prakash Ramada do? You never even campaign with the UNC. It's a week before election. You're running when you see flower more than water and the UNC going to win. You was negotiating on about a small party and them. What's wrong with you, Prakash Ramada? Leave this government alone. You deserve no position. If you get a position, it's all right. I mean, Kamala, she still has time to get a position. What position you want?
Slimy your seats after 7, eh? So just all know what time it is. I have you all the whole chat on the screen live. But let's peep at someday. Oh, Nadira, thanks. Andy, you on Guile. Hey, let me say a pleasant day. Let me just do that quick, man. Hey. A pleasant good morning to our Guile family, Trinidad and Tobago, and Guile Caribbean. Our Caribbean people that are looking to us in Guile. A pleasant good morning to each and every one of you. Welcome to the Ground Report program, the #1 program in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm Andy Williams, better known as the Pitbull of Radio. See, it's a big dog. Some people call him a Wajang dog. I am who I am. Oh boy, Samantha said the only position he can get is to pose for a camera. Oh my God. Hey Bobby, good morning to you. Arima is one dog ain't afraid of. Don't get up, you know. That is bite bad, you know, Arima. Don't come close, I'll bite you. Yeah, don't get in. Yeah. Bite, you know, bite. That's what we really talk about. Bite. Yes. Let everybody see that chat, man. Let them know, you know. Yes, let them know. I the baddest dog. Yes, so let read it. So let go understand. Everybody understand I the baddest dog here in the country. There are no dog badder than the pit bull. They understand that. Well, you see it? Watch. There's Arima. She ain't afraid me? Yes, Angela. You see what Angela say? Andy, you is the baddest dog. A pit bull. Bite them, yes. And this fool here about 2 hours chopping this. Oh, Marlon Citroen, how we don't get on crazy like me? We are the same birthday. Same day, the 7th April. We Aries. That because you is a woman and I is a man. You is a poodle and I is a pit bull. Yes. Yes, I'm just watching. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, let me go back here. And check some voice notes and thing there. Nice. You all see all your chats. And I will be showing you all the chats, so make sure to encourage everybody. Again, we evolving. I want to make sure that my social media crew, no matter what platform you're on, that you all are directly involved, not to the outside, directly involved on your all favorite program, The Ground Report.
Morning, Andy. All roads lead to the Woodford Square opposite the Parliament to witness the first parliamentary sittings on Friday, the 23rd of May at 12 p.m. Scheduled time starting in Parliament, I think, at 1:30. Yes, Andy, I want to send a video concerning Rowley. Concerning when he say from Leketo and what he do and when they put him out of Parliament. Give me an answer to, I'll be listening if I should send it for you.
Morning, gentlemen. A wonderful day for you all, and it seems that the rain will hold up a bit. Praise God for that. Gentlemen, tomorrow Parliament is open up, and I expect that it will be a gala affair, and also it will be very, very interesting this Parliament session, because the opposition with the PNM, I want to know how they will answer all those questions when they are put to them by the government, by Ms. Kamala Prasad Bisesa and her members, of where all the money went from the ministries. I'm very interested to listen to the answers they will be given. You see, because this is important to accountability in our government, in the country. The $3.something billion, Mr. Imbut is there. He has to answer it. No technical glitch again. Cover it up. We have to know what is going on. And they have to come with the right truthful answers, because in Parliament, and it will have to go on Hansard. So I'm looking forward for a very interesting debate in Parliament this session. And we give God praise and thanks that the UNC have come there to expose this wicked government. Otherwise, imagine if they had been in power for another term, the covering up would have been taking place still. You understand? So we know God is a good God, and as Mickie and everybody on the Gong Report always say, evil can never outdo good, and good will always conquer evil. And that is what happened. The good of this country through Kamala Prasad Bisesa has defeated the PNM, which is evil and wicked. God bless, fellas. Have a nice day today. Thank you.
Good morning. Andy, I sent you that Paris Awari clipping with the woman. We need to beat that like a drum. I ask question, who is that woman Awari? Is that your sidekick? Is that your tonsil? You know, you don't mean that tonsil, sidekick? Is that your mini-me? We got to know that Awari. $50,000 for what? Your sidekick? Every month? You need to beat that like a drum. Call for our wife and actually, she had a partner, a competitor. We need to get it going, Andy. Later, Andy. Bye. But one more thing. I think Paris Awari pick up the Prime Minister Rowley attitude. He have a red couch now in the basement. So are we bringing all the kids, all the ladies down to the red couch? I think he get a lot of coaching from Rowley. Okay, Andy, later.
Love or law? What is the relationship between Tanel Ramkissoon and Faris Al-Rawi? Tanel Ramkissoon and her connection to former Attorney General and former Minister of Rural Development and Local Government, Faris Al-Rawi, raises alarm bells. According to reports, during Mr. Al-Rawi's tenure as Attorney General, he went to Cabinet to create an entirely new position for Ms. Ramkissoon, Director of Chambers. Ms. Ramkissoon was appointed to this post with a reported salary of TTD $50,000 per month plus benefits. The role, by its very nature, held considerable influence within the ministry, prompting concern among some civil servants. A member of the former AG Al-Rawi's secretariat stated, Ms. Tanel Ramkissoon operated as if she was the Deputy Attorney General. Following the cabinet reshuffle in 2022, which resulted in the replacement of Mr. Al-Rawi as Attorney General by Reginald Armour SC, Ms. Ramkissoon reportedly remained in her post for a brief period. However, she was subsequently relieved of her duties. Sources suggest that AG Reginald Armour couldn't work with her as she was feeding information about the ministry and its internal affairs to Faiz Al-Rawi, even though he was fired as AG. Immediately after, Ms. Ramkissoon got a new job. Guess where? Faris Al-Rawi, as Minister of Rural Development and Local Government, created a brand new position for her called Director of Legal Services. Again, this position reportedly came with a monthly salary of TTD $50,000, raising eyebrows about the rapid transition and repetition of a high salary role. What hold does she have on Faris Al-Rawi? Reports from members of staff in both ministries indicated that the two have been involved in a relationship more than just work. Hence the reason she was able to choose what position she wanted and was able to quickly get a job wherever he went. More to the story in the coming days. Stay tuned.
Bang, 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 bang.
Good morning, Ground Report. This is Shukwanas. Let the flag fly from Superior to Port of Spain, in the city of San Fernando, in the city of Scarborough, Tobago, right through to Port of Spain, all around the White House, in the People's Parliament, outside the President's home. Let the flag fly. Good morning, Ground Report. This is Shawanas. We must call on the Mayor of Port of Spain to have things in place, toilet, parking facility, shuttle service for the massive crowd what will come into Port of Spain between Thursday and Friday. We will be spending a lot of money in Port of Spain. You are looking at over $3 million between Thursday and Friday in terms of food, hotels, and things of that sort. So you must make it possible to put toilets, and the case may be having cleaning crew to clean up the place, because it'll be more crowd and carnival. We're talking about tens of thousands of people coming into Port of Spain to welcome our Prime Minister, our Mother of the Nation, and all the UNC supporters from all over Trinidad and Tobago. That's what we're looking at. So make the necessary arrangements to welcome the UNC Army to Port of Spain with the commander of that army. Make it happen.
Good morning, the Ground Report. All road leads to Port of Spain to witness the first parliament meeting through our new government. Be there and be on time. All members is entitled and are requested to reach on time by 12 p.m. Yes, Andy, I want to send a video for you to play out concerning the leader who say, remember I was in the cabinet and they put me out? Give me an answer and let me know if I could send it for you. So you could play for them PNM people and them who is still not believing that is a Wajak they had leading them.
Andy, morning to the Ground Report. Well, just know that I want to know if I heard something else. As the 52-year-old man, I want to know, well, if you win the case, or they say by evidence couldn't stand up in court.
Jason Mitchell, look forward to seeing you all tomorrow, please God. Everyone, I look forward to seeing many of you. Some of you maybe for the first time at the Red House, Parliament, tomorrow for 12 p.m. Yes, yes. All roads lead to Port of Spain. 12 p.m. Parliament.
Yeah, ground report current till here again, Mr. IQ. Let me tell all you something how bad it is, eh? Because I was PNM, right? So I could talk. I am talking from guessing, right? I remember when I joined PEP and I was campaigning with Philip Edward Alexander, and they even made me a shadow minister for a certain district, right? And I started to tell people. I remember a guy tell me, right? A guy told me, an African guy, he said, when you get up there, just study yourself and your family and forget about everybody else, you know. And it so seems as saying the race for a reason. Because this hypocrisy are trying to break. Imagine that you are encouraging me as an African man to become the very thing that is oppressing you. Think about that ground report. When you get up there, you just fix yourself and your family and forget about everybody else, you know. You are encouraging me to become the very thing that is oppressing you. That have your country in a mess, that have your community in shambles. You are encouraging me to become a person that don't care about anybody else, but just looking for a position to seek my own interests. Right? At the expense of my own people. And that is the PNM philosophy. Fix yourself and your family and forget about everybody else. I've said that before. And I'm saying it again. And that is why, that is what watch me. I will not be voting PNM again, you know. I don't know because watch me. Ground report, I have to go God's side, you know, because the kind of evil and hypocrisy I've seen on this earth, especially in Trinidad and among my own, is something else. We are not united as a people. In fact, when you look at the leader of the PNM, Rowley, right, he showed by his actions that very same ideology. Fix yourself and your family and forget about everybody else. I heard his daughter get some $3 million for some painting. Well, she reminded me of Joe Biden's son in America. When they're ready to launder money, Joe Biden's son, the coke addict, just doing some painting and certain officials from different countries coming and buying it for all kind of million and 100,000 and stuff like that. The same scam, like he get that from the Democrats. Like we learning from evil, they get that from the Democrats. Right? And that is what they want me to stand up and chant, we not selling out. I'm not selling out. I'm not selling out on that. I must stand up and chant to that. Right? Look, I am irritated, you know. I am very irritated about this hypocrisy. People need to know the truth about themselves, see where there is where there is flaws in your life and where we need to change and accept the truth and begin to change as a race of people. If you want to be counted as morally superior, then you have to learn to accept the truth no matter how harsh it is, and then begin to change. Right? Trinidad and Tobago, you all have a nice day. You all have a very nice day.
Good job.
Morning, Andy Williams. God grace and blessings upon you, your host, and everybody in Trinidad and Tobago. So, what it is they came and they did was, you see that clean piece of clamp you see in there, that white piece? So they just come and clamp down the water from spraying out in the road because it was spraying really high. So that's all they come and do. So now all the water running down on your right hand side. That piece of concrete you see in the video, that never used to show. That was covered, so probably like now it washing down from under the road now. But that's all they come and do, climb down the water. Nothing else was done. Nothing else was done. So Andy Williams, my dear, I think I did my best. I think I gave it a good shot. As a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, I did my best. So after this, I don't know what to do. So take care, guys. Grace and blessings from the Almighty God and to the entire government and to my Auntie Kamsi. Blessings upon you. So, Andy, I did my best, sweetheart. Take care, love. And William, this is Diane Petro from San Fernando West. Okay, I forget to mention that in the video.
Hi, good morning, Ground Report. Drip in 2019. Hey, it's 9 years ago on there before call. So long courts, this matter that's come out. Have a good day.
Good morning, Andy. It's Kenrick. How you doing, man? Good. Everything good? Yeah, on Trinidad and Tobago. I listened to that guy just talk about he was a PNM and he now realized that what was going on. They just keep going many years ago, man, style with them, man. Many years, you realize that? Boy, I tell you, man, there are some people that are a bunch of hypocrites. You talk about Democrat and this one, who want to do that? Right? Who want to know about all of that? Talk about yourself. Right? You don't realize that the corruption going on and racism going on over there. I know that a long time ago, since I was living there. Many years ago. With Eric Williams. Now you realize that? By God, yes.
You get that both there, boy, because you mentioned Democrats, it is like the PNM. No matter Republicans, remember that Democrats lock on, you know. So the man saying, don't talk about out there again. Stay here in China. Don't get involved in no America thing right now. Nice. Now the lines are open. I'll be taking calls. I'll be taking phone calls. Morning caller, where are you calling from and what's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Morning. I want to say that Marvin Gonzalez should stop making himself a fool by being on the air, because since UNC win, right, a lot of people getting water. The pressure in my pipe increased. It used to be spaghetti tripling down. and people in town say they're getting water. What he has set a big salary he want to give his people has to do with people getting water. All you need is management, proper management of WASA and all the other utilities. But we on what? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, we hear you. Go ahead,
Yes,
caller.
yes. And it's water people need. People don't need no big set of salaries to get proper water. You don't need 34 managers to get salaries. Take that salary and put it in the resources of the water. If it's the infrastructure, is management, proper management and accountability that WASA need. People suffering out here. They ain't get a back pay yet, but you want to bring your family and friends to get big money for what? And still people wasn't getting water. For 10 years they wasn't getting proper water in some areas. Since UNC, when my pressure increased, all in Port of Spain, I hear the pressure increase. I was hearing Anna Santa Cruz yesterday. Her pressure increased in the water. So Marvin Gonzalez and Dolly and all of them, stop making all yourself a fool. All you was there 10 years. What all you did? Nothing. So they need, as Barack was saying in an earlier show, they need Hurricane Paradise to straighten these people out. If you have ODPM, all they doing is coordinating. What you need all this set of people for in the office? Just to coordinate and take phone calls. You don't need this big set of people in the office. You need just a few. If you have to, they have to whole revamp ODPM, make them more viable. Not a big salary sit down in the office. Long time the citizens complaining about ODPM. It's time that people start to work. And not only that, HGC is a next entity, state enterprise that a big set of salary paying out. The scrap HGC, the open 3 companies, and the managers of these companies getting over $70,000 a month. This is a next place that need to be checked out because they delivering houses. I can't understand why people getting big salary and people want house and they're not getting house. Why it is people getting big salary in water and yet wasn't getting water all the time. What is the point? It's not big salary, is water we want. Proper management. So they should check out WASA. They're checking out WASA. They could check out HDC and see what managers these salaries people getting. Because we supposed to get back pay as monthly paid HDC employees. And we can't get back pay because most of the money going in big salary and nobody ain't getting no house. So stop playing the fool and stop making all yourself a fool. But Marvin and all the rest of them.
Thank you so much, caller. The lines are open, Trinidad and Tobago. The numbers to call 225-6644, 225-6644, or 239-5120, 239-5120. Or send us a WhatsApp voice note. Or give us a WhatsApp call at 366-3053. 366-3053.
Good morning, gentlemen. Last night, Andy, I saw Minister Padar on the news reading the riot act to the ODPM. Well said, Minister. It's about time somebody gets serious and let these people know. Not only them in the ODPM, But the head of the police, the head of the fire services, the head of this and the head of that, let all of them know that with the big position comes big responsibility. And it's about time every man jack start doing their work and stop having everything upside down and they sitting down there getting a big salary and doing that thing. If you can't do the job, leave, get out, or you go home and let somebody who could do it, do it. We had enough of the square pegs in wrong hole, you understand? If you are a head of any organization and you cannot see that the people under you do what they are supposed to do and what they are being paid to do, then you're in the wrong job. You're the wrong man or the wrong woman for the job. So you get out. We're going to fix this place. And everybody who holding positions of authority going to have to do the work and make sure the people under them do what has to be done. Okay, Andy? So, well done, Minister. You stand up and say what you have to say, and who vex, they vex. Everybody is want to tell people what to do and how to do it. You do it your way and let them know it's nonsense ain't taking place this time. This government's serious. And everybody must work to make sure that this country is functioning the way it's supposed to be functioning to the benefit of all citizens. Blessings.
Good morning, caller. Where are you calling from and what's the contribution on the ground report this morning?
Good morning, Andy. Calling from the Barrackport here. Andy, I want to ask people a little question. If it is that your roof leaking and wetting your bed, you going to move your bed or you going to fix the roof? And this is the way how PNM governed this country for the last 10 years, and people have to understand that. There was no improvement. So for the 10 years, your roof just keep leaking, and all you're doing is moving the bed right around the room. You have to fix your roof. And Barry Padarat understand that, what? If it is that you are in charge of an organization, and for 10 years, you have seen no improvement in that organization, and when you bring it, and the good thing is that with Padarat, Hurricane Padarat, is that he just tell you it in your face. So it are going and shoo-shooing in no press conference behind the back after. And it are no second-hand word. He's telling you, hey, you have failed in this organization for 10 years. I want results. I want to know that if Barrackport flooding out this month, and you in an organization to bring relief and contribute to alleviating the flood, next month when it rains, I don't want to see the whole of Barrackport flooding. I want to see at least a little improvement in the flooding. And that never happened under the ODPM and the last government. And now they see that all of them set of misfits and them coming out and making excuse and saying what they're supposed to be in charge of and what they're not supposed to be in charge of. The fact of the matter is not what you're supposed to be in charge of. Is what you're supposed to remedy. And that's what we're looking for in this country, solutions. So all them idiots and them who hold position, politically affiliated position, for the last 10 years, it's time you get them dinosaurs out of there. Put young, brilliant people or people who understand what they need to do and function in that position. We are in this thing to spend $60 billion in our budget every year. Quarter of the year done, the budget gone through, and you have seen nothing happen in the country, and people accepting that. And I would always say this, every PNM supporter that vote for the PNM should go and get some holy book and repent, or they commit a sin, and all you deserve to go to hell if all you don't repent and know that all you contributed to the downfall of this country and the disgrace that we are in right now. And if all you don't realize that, make peace with all your maker, because all you're going exactly where Rowley will be going when he see maker. That is in hell. Have a good morning, Pitbull. Take care later.
Next caller, morning. Go ahead, caller. I wanted to finish Miss Santa Cruz. Yeah, to finish this voice note. Yeah, to finish that voice note. Go ahead, caller. Morning. Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you.
Morning.
Yeah.
Morning.
Welcome to the Ground Report. What's your contribution on the Ground Report this morning?
Morning. I'm calling from St. Joseph again. Now, I was finishing a thing yesterday about the highway, the Point Fortin highway to Mondesi. By Mondesi, the road, and I told you that a family in the 70s has been owed money since 2015 by NIDCO, and after now they can't get their money. That is one. The second point I want to make, there's a lot of wastage in the country. For example, you have a children's authority. You have a children's authority for what? You have a built-in children's authority, which is the parents. I have two of them, and I told them already, I said, don't let me hear all you're giving teachers trouble. And two of them are well qualified now. They could manage on their own. How many parents take charge of the children and ensure that the children show discipline in every way? Have a children authority. Every time some abuse take place, they come in and making some kind of foolish, vacuous statement on the television, as if to try to justify their big salaries. You have a children authority, which is the parents. You don't have to pay somebody to form a children authority. Then you have NIDCO, for example. They are next one. They're supposed to see about land acquisition matters. And they're not doing their job properly, you know. They're not coordinating with the other arms of the acquisition laws of Trinidad and Tobago. In other words, the left hand don't know what the right hand doing. There was a study by a fellow called Ezric Hoggins, a highly qualified valuator surveyor. They did that in, I think it's 2014 to 2016. It is a UE-based study where they said lack of synergistic coordination has only one detrimental result, and that is the suffering of the landowner. The landowner is the one suffer. They collect their salaries. Look, I called the ombudsman a time, and the ombudsman did respond, yes. And one day on a Friday around 3 o'clock, one of the officers there tell me, the investigators, call him an investigator. He say, you have to tell him exactly what went on and so, because I tell him I'm not getting justice in a certain matter. And you know what he tell me? He say, look, I have between now and 4 o'clock, I have 164 cases to settle. How you could settle 164 cases between 3:15 and 4:15 when you're leaving the job? And every time you call them, they're on a training course. They are next waste of taxpayers' money, if you ask me. Yeah, the government could really save money, boy. They just have to cut down all these wasting. And these sort of people, some of them, they're on 2 and 3 state board. Doing what? You can't even do your work on one board, but you're on 2 and 3 state board? Nah, man, that is nonsense. The country too small for that foolishness. You understand? So save the money, get rid of some of these deadbeat, waste of time people, and get this country moving again.
Good morning, Ground Report. Good morning, Mr. Andy.
Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Yeah, good morning, Andy, Lennox, Mickie, and Trinidad and Tobago. Andy, I called yesterday concerning some matters, and one of the matters was the carnage fish fries, right? And one minute, you bring it across. I can be stand corrected that, was a witch hunt and the persons who occupy the booths, how we could get rid of them. That was never I don't know if my statement it was brought across in that way, but it's not all about that. To try to address the situation, we had done an interview at the fish fries. I didn't think I remember that. And the problem with the fish fries is the persons who were selected of operating them booths, right? It's alleged persons from CDA, person who was in the ministry, counselor, mother, daughter, sister, right? And the right process for this carnage and surrounding to go through to occupy these booths was not followed, right? Mr. Lennox, we reached so fast sending to freedom of information, right? And Mr. Lennox are aware about the whole matter, right? And now he bring it across, like it was a witch. It's a witch hunt. And all we wanted was to find out is the names, right, of the persons who are occupying these booths, right? And I think we will continue the matter because new administration expressed and the media was involved, and I passed on the information to Mr. Lennox. When I went to the media, they said, Mr. Lennox speaks here political affiliation. And they reached so far that an investigation, they start to go to the PS, and they call us and tell us, no, take the matter to the freedom of information, and Mr. Lennox was a part of this. Mr. Lennox who do the freedom of information, right? So yesterday I was kind of disturbed when we bring it across, like how we can get rid of the people, and they went, no, that is not the issue. The issue is that the nepotism that played off in the fish fries, right? And all we wanted was to get the list of the names of the person and what process they use, right? So I just want to address that matter, right? I don't know if he's in. I think I listened to the program this morning, and I don't think he coming out. So that the issues, right? The nepotism under the PNM, right? Or the carnage fish fries. And the persons who were selected to operate these booths. And it wasn't fair for the people in carnage and surrounded. Locked on and listening.
Good morning, Ground Report. Good morning, Mr. Andy. I'm calling concerning a little issue. I have been working by a contractor since last year, October. And he ended up losing the contract where he had with NGC. And he was owing a set of workers some $1,000 up to the state since last year, October, and he don't want to pay us. Can you help us?
Andy, 10 years now, I'm begging for the rest of my house, boy. 10 years now. And we ain't at a fall. And my house is about 4 places now, boy. And you may working away, boy. And 64 years old, boy. And I'll be 65 years in October. And we go to the fall and I beg me just now, boy, Andy, boy. And I beg him for a gratitude, boy, Andy. Right? According to Mr. Barack, well, I had to move my bed. Every time we fall, I had to move my bed. And it's true. But they say this government thing, I ain't going to move my bed because I'm not going to have the bill on my house. I come up with a business government and the UNC and the Kudutia family, I will get the bill more than all of our blessed and pleasant day. Lennox, good morning. And to Mickie, good morning. Have a blessed day, my brother.
Andy, good morning. Kumoto here. Andy, what a problem. And it's going 3 months now with the people of Upper Bramble Trace, Kumoto. Does not get any water in our pipe. None whatsoever. We operate on a truck supply, right? My bill is paid. And Andy, I want Wassa to hear what I'm saying. Wassa, my bill is paid. Wassa workers getting paid. Andy, we need some water up at Bramley Trace, Kumoto, going 3 months now. Take care.
Good morning, caller. Where are you calling from, or what's your contribution on the ground report this morning? Welcome to the ground report. What's your front burner? What's supposed to make news that not making news?
Good morning, ground report. Here, Andy, Mickie, Lennox, and the family. I am calling on immediate dismissal of Rodney Smart, the man who is in charge of the ODPM. Because you can't tell me, from what I heard him make a statement last night on the news, when Barry Padaran, Minister of Public Utilities, criticized the ODPM for the lackluster way how they handle matters. We have spent millions and maybe $1 or $2 billion over the years since PNM is in power to do the poverty, the flooding eradication and what have you and things. And Rohan Sinanan, I want to call on this government to have a special investigation into Rohan Sinanan with all the millions or maybe billions of dollars that was spent under the Ministry of Works. Apart from the road work itself, but the money that they've been lying and telling people, they have been cleaning water courses and what have you and whatnot, resulting in flooding that is causing the people, the citizens, the pressure that they have to go through, that all the household appliances that run into millions of dollars, together with that, with the state resources that run into millions of dollars. We want to get an accountability to where all those money was spent, and no water courses was cleaned, as you could see. Because here it is, this government who now come into power have not read a budget, they have not budgeted money to do this or to do that, but you don't hear people getting an improvement in their water supply. You also hear seeing that where they're going about and cleaning the water courses, and where Rowan and keep lying to the population that they've been cleaning water courses and what have you, but yet still the flooding continues. If all they was doing that, Rohan Sinanan, what they do with the money? All they thief the money? You is a kingpin, you know. I'm telling you that you is a kingpin. And you've been lying to this population, because up to this day, we don't know, that's the highway they build up going up there to Valencia, or whatever it is. You bought land because you know that the government is going to build a highway. And you being the Minister of Work, you get big money for that. The same way with the Kadona thing there for the overpass. You get big money. Up to now, we don't even know. The country doesn't even know how much money was paid to you for the acquisition of that property. Andy, I want to tell people something. This government in for a real rough time, a hard time in the parliament. Because here why? You have an opposition who have no credibility, and they cannot come and debate nothing in the parliament to say of their successes or their achievement. So they come in there to just obstruct. And then again, you have the president who will be appointing the independent senators. Oh, they always appoint independent PNM senators. Let me fool myself about it. So therefore, them coming there with one intention is to, according to Christine Kangalo, the president, to preach the gospel of the PNM. And with the gospel of the PNM is, corruption, non-performance and all kind of thing, and to obstruct this government. I want to draw reference to Faris Al-Rawi. Faris Al-Rawi, you keep lamenting and hitting the government. They make a false promise by telling the public citizens, those who paid property tax. Andy, are you hearing me? Hello? 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 Hello, Andy? Yeah. Well, let me continue. Faris Al-Rari keep telling the population that the government make a false promise to the people. However, Aimbot said that they collected $90-something million in property tax. The money was supposed to go to the regional corporation, which they got not 1 cent. What did you all do with that money? Therefore, that money should have been there in a special account to give to the corporation. And if it didn't do that, therefore, what happened? That money should be there, and now that could be refunded to those people who pay their property tax. But you see, all it's the central government. All you thief it, all you lick it up. Rawi, I also want to remind you that you were the man when they put you as Minister of Rural Development. They took $200 million from the the Stable Road repairs and what have you and whatnot. And up to now, no accountability with that money. That $200 million was spent. And the roads and everything in a bad state. You, the people, you, the PNM people, have destroyed this economy. Right now, this government is fighting hard to see how and where we could muster up money to deal and deliver the goods and services that the people need. And I am calling, there ought to be a forensic investigation into the entire operations of the PNM government, the squandermania, the thief, the corruption over the last 10 years by every ministry, and even some of independent institutions like the DPP office, the Chief Justice, and all of them, the Integrity Commission, the Service Security and Exchange Commission. All these people ought to be investigated, Andy. Because what they were doing is just sitting there, getting a fat salary and doing absolutely nothing. And this country was crying out for help, that they bankrupt the country, they sit idly by and allow PNM to do what the hell they want. And today, look at the crisis we are in today. Look at what we are in. Huh? Now we have to go and look to borrow money to start back the refinery. We have to go and borrow money to see what the DB campus. And plus, not only that, but the money that we had there in reserves, the Heritage and Stabilization Fund, the foreign reserves and everything. All you have depleted everything, including every ministry that had money. Because I remember the last time when Kamala Prasad Visesane were voted out of office, they left so much money, and every ministry had a surplus of money. So therefore, there ought to be an investigation, because the intention of PNM was to clean up the treasury and to bankrupt the country, to make this government coming in here now look bad that they cannot deliver the promises that they make. And they have a good day, brother.
Thank you very much. Oh boy, Lennox Smith, a pleasant good morning to you, because I want to call the man whose daughter dead. So I was waiting for you to come and settle, but you go ahead, because I want to call the man whose daughter died during the COVID, bleed out during the COVID or something, so because they didn't stitch up the womb properly, however, and the time bar of 4 years is up on the man. Yeah, so,
all right. Are you hearing me loud and clear first and foremost?
I hear you loud, but I ain't hear you clear.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I hear you better now.
Why is that case? Why is that the case?
Right, I hear you now.
You hear me better now?
Yeah.
Okay. Please go on to all and sundry, East, West, North, Central, or Friends, Tobago, and wherever you are streaming on the World Wide Web. My apology. You might have caught me, of course, talking on the phone, but I couldn't resist that call, because it was, in fact, the Honorable Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Visesa asking me certain questions. No, I will not be in the lineup of the senator, so don't if that is your expectation, that will not be. This conversation was supposed to have been held, from my understanding, a long time before now, but I only saw it on my WhatsApp communication to me, so I returned a call this morning, and clearly it would have been too late. But of course, I have been given the assurance that where from time to time where a temporary opportunity presents itself, well, certainly I will be of course considered. Let me put it that way. But of course, over the weekend, I'm supposed to, of course, submit something much more elaborate. I did something there. I would prefer to act in an advisory capacity to several ministries. I think because of my experience, expertise, and training, I'm able, of course, to address issues dealing with grassroots and troubled youths and troubled communities. The so-called, of course, as the police will like to call it, those communities that have been designated as crime hotspots. I would love to be working in those areas, as I have started already, as you would have gleaned after the elections. We did, of course, create right here on George Street Employment Resources Center, where, of course, a number of things have been happening, and surprisingly, we had a cutoff, of course, persons coming for things like temporary food cards and, of course, employment opportunities. But we continue with taking that information because we know that the government will not be able to accommodate everybody employment-wise. So we are looking to marry the private sector with, of course, those persons who are adequately qualified. I thought I should say that at the same time to let the population know, and those persons who would have expectations that, of course, the thing is in operation. We are working, and, of course, there is a direct, of course, communication with the Honorable Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Bisesa. As I said, and that is what caused me to be tardy this morning. So she had asked for specific terms as to what exactly I would see myself playing in, of course, in advancing the policies, programs of this administration. So I thought I should share that, not to blow my own trumpet, but to let you know that it is she is a prime minister of her word, and that when she speaks, no man should back. In other words, of course, she says what she means, and she means what she says. That being as it may, of course, there are a number of other issues that I wanted to share with you by way of course, information today. Of course, coming in the headlines of today's newspapers, and the one that has attracted my attention immediately is that, of course, of the withdrawal of that appeal by WASA, of course, attempting to avoid providing information through the Freedom of Information Act to a particular employee or former employee or someone that they employed, of course, to do an investigation inside of WASA, involving, of course, the former minister of WASA. That has responsibility for WASA, but the minister would have been, of course, Marvin Gonzalez, who was, of course, the Minister of Public Utilities. So let's be correct here in terms of and as far as possible explicit in what we projecting to the population this morning. Well, of course, essentially the court of first instance, who first is adjudicated over the matter, Miss Justice Kangaloo, she had said that, of course, there was nothing barring the WASA from, of course, providing the information via the application by that employee for information. Well, that matter was appealed by WASA, and as I said, the WASA has now withdrawn the appeal that would have been before the appeal court, so that the person clearly what stands now is that WASA will have to provide the information, and a very important feature of that is the involvement of the minister himself, because he claimed as a witness to the driving unauthorized, the driving of a vehicle unauthorized by WASA, and Gonzalez said that he saw the individual in that particular case, and now that the matter has been withdrawn from the appeal court, it means therefore what transpired, particularly in several meetings involving matters relating to that incident, will now be disclosed to the applicant. So thought that was very, very, very interesting. And of course, another matter that I thought was important, and I think we ventilated it I don't think yesterday, but certainly the day before, in terms of course, in terms of Andy's favorite judge, who of course has said that one mustn't be too hasty to look at a court order and ask for the imprisonment of the person who is supposed to execute the order, because they might have breached that order. They didn't do what the court say. In other words, well, he was very strident that that should not be the first order. He argued that that was an unnecessary measure to take by persons who may be offended by the non-performance of that individual of what the court would have mandated or instructed to do. And he made the argument, as I said, that the state already has some burden with respect to the prison system, and that it makes no sense really imprisoning someone who may not be able to execute, particularly where there's a payment of money. And the only so it should be pursued is when, of course, the person obviously could pay, but choose not to pay. And in such circumstance, well, of course, imprisonment for disobeying a court order is rife. And I thought I said that because of my own experience with respect, of course, to and while of course it is not specific to what I just said, but I think it is it has relevance in the sense that you give a check to someone, you expect your money to come into the bank. It did not happen. The person on whom the check is made take action. The police comes in, embarrass, of course, the issuer of the check, and then of course it goes to the court. Because I had that as I said, I had that experience as well. But of course it was remedied by me paying ultimately the money, and therefore the matter died a natural death. But of course, I'm feeling it for the businessmen and they who would have legitimately felt that they would have gotten the money even though they issued a check, and at the time the money wasn't there. But let's say they issue a check to be cleared, let's say next at the end of the month, and when the person go to the bank, the check wasn't cleared for some reason, for one reason or another, but mainly because the businessman did not get the money into the bank on time or something popped up. But that doesn't mean that he didn't intend to pay. And the system is such that it would appear that the person is on skullduggery. They get, of course, a charge for fraud, when in fact those circumstances could have been easily ventilated or avoided, or they may be paying the sum that is being owed to that individual, and then find themselves in some financial problem and miss one or two, and the person decides, of course, to take action, and the businessman finds himself in all kinds of problems, including, of course, reputational one, which, of course, in business these days is a tangible commodity in business. If you have a bad reputation, no matter how good your business is, or how essential these services, people are not going to gravitate, and therefore you lose customers and possibly your business. So I thought it was important, of course, to treat with that, and I want to thank, of course, the judge for, of course, why it's in a separate case altogether relating to court orders. Certainly, I can see that someone using that example in a case where, of course, a check may have bounced for one reason or another, reasonable reasons, but of course, action is being taken by the police, etc., to embarrass and, in effect, embarrassing that particular individual. So that is where that is. Let me just run through. Oh, yeah, for Friday is the opening of Parliament. And, of course, I just have the way how
yeah, but let them know all roads lead to the Parliament Friday.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, well,
12 p.m.
I left that up to you because I know that is a given. but since, of course, you want me to say it, well, all roads lead to the Parliament on Friday, and the agenda is very simple. I have been given in fact, she told me that she had instructed persons to have me witness the parliamentary opening, both my candidate and myself. Of course, I will take along my deputy political leader and hope that they will accommodate. So she told me that this morning, but of course I got a call yesterday afternoon on that particular matter. So she just wanted to find out whether or not I received that invitation. So I just making a point that, of course, is people centered, and you get what she says, and she says what you get. So I cannot ask for anything better. I doubt Rowley would have been so, should I say, respectful, one, and two, why the person didn't have to do that. They could be arrogant, they could be cocky, and so on. But here it is. We have what I consider to be the epitome or the quintessential humility of a person that holds the highest executive office in the country, and I will really appreciate that, and that alone will allow me to work for free. I think I said that already. I'm prepared to work for free under once the UNC and of course in this case the coalition of interest is in office, and I too mean what I say and say what I mean. Andy would have known when, of course, I rejected in 2010 a whole CPEP contract possibility for someone, simply because I stood on principle on that occasion. Whether I'm going to get rich or not is irrelevant to me. The thing is about serving the people, because there are people who, in spite of with the position that I may be in pecuniary, meaning that, of course, lack of money, as the case may be from time to time, I feel comforted from the principle of satisfaction is the best, of course, or contentment is the best form, or the highest form of human achievement, meaning that, of course, you're not going to be jealous of anybody. You love, of course, the people when they advance themselves. And I've seen my students, for example, driving a better car than me, and I'll call them and shake their hand and say, you have done well, and you're driving a better car than me. Well done. That is the kind of individual you are talking about. Whether that is rare or not, that is irrelevant to me. That is Lennox Smith, and that is how I will be. And I'm too old now to change. That being as it may, of course, what is the agenda on Friday? Well, the Parliament will convene, but there are several house matters that has to be dealt with. Let me just go down. Let me just put it in chronological order. The House of Representatives and Senate will meet separately in their respective chambers. So that's the first thing that will happen. That will happen or just before 1 or just after 1, because at 1:30 the plenary session, both houses will meet, where the president will then address both houses. But let's go down the line.
That's why I tell them, make sure reach for 12. Reach there for 12, because people will be coming in. All the MPs and senators will be coming in by all 11, 12 o'clock.
Very good.
Walking in there.
Good. Even if we didn't know that was a very good intuitive recommendation that you made, Andy, and people have to thank you for that. I thank you for that as well, because I thought that everybody was just going to, but I want to know, well, and you don't know exactly who is senator, as the case may be. So with this piece of information here, I'm sure everybody will now be guided as to what the process is. So both houses will meet separately. They will have the various procedure. Let me just go down the list. The Parliament channel, of course, will be convening, or should I say, transmitting information from about 1:15 p.m. And then, of course, at precisely 1:30, the clerk of each chamber will read the proclamation. So that is when the both houses, I suppose, will meet. I'll tell you what happens when both houses meet in separation or in separate chamber. The national anthem will be played.
But to be fair to you have to do my favor, to be fair to the fellow who lost his daughter, saying yesterday I was to do the interview, and I told him today for sure for 8 o'clock. We done already past 8 o'clock.
Go ahead because we have time. If he's there, go ahead. I have no difficulty because we can always say this because this incident is Friday.
Yes. So let me just.
So if you have him online, I was.
Yeah, let me.
Until you got through. So I'll pause until that time.
Oh boy, so you get call from the Prime Minister.
Yes, boy.
That is very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm calling the man there now. Yes, hello. Hello.
Good morning. Hi, morning.
Yeah, all right. I'll find it song in. Talk to me again, caller. Identify yourself. You're live on the ground report. I know you communicate with me based on your daughter who you want justice for. You're watching the time bar of the statute bar of 4 years going on past. And it almost 4 years now. Your daughter died. And you said that she bleed out at the children hospital.
That's correct, during COVID, and it will have been from the procedure where they place a catheter line in her groin area to give her dialysis in the first instance.
All right, so just identify yourself and talk to the people of Trinidad and Tobago based on the justice that you're looking for your little daughter. How old she was when she died?
All right, so she was 15 years old at the time of her passing. That's the first minor who died from COVID in Trinidad.
Oh, she was the first minor. She was the first minor died from COVID.
First child, yeah. Underage child that died from COVID, yeah.
And her name was?
Kiana Patrice.
Kiana Patrice.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, so and what happened basically is that the reports that the doctors presented as to her cause of death, and they left out a whole lot of things that did not cover what really happened. So they just identified that the fact that she was a COVID patient, a patient with COVID who had comorbidities, which was end-stage kidney failure. And she had a history of renal failure. And that's basically the cause of that they put on the official thing. But what she died from is that you place a medical line into her for dialysis. You take it out and did not stitch it up. Then stitch the wound, send her up to the ward, and within 3 hours of doing so, she started to bleed out for at least almost 4 to 5 hours. And while she's on the bed, being given back blood products to build back her blood because the amount of blood she left, she lost at the time. As soon as the product, which is FFP, a very cool thick plasma, being pumped into her, which should have gone through a regular IV line over 4 hours based on the medical report. They couldn't find a vein big enough to put it in because of the loss of blood. So they used the dialysis line that is in her neck, the last line that they put in her neck. They used that, which is a bigger line, and more of the product is going to go in through that and faster. So as soon as they put on the switch to have the pump start to pump it into her, she instantaneously started to be what you call overloaded. So it's a cold product running through her body that is not warm, but because of lack of blood in it. So you have something cold being pumped into somebody's veins. And the child was asleep while you're doing it. And she started to bawl and scream as soon as they started going to her. I'm begging to the doctors to stop it, let the child settle down. And they refused to stop it. Even as she started having seizures from it.
I pleaded again, could you stop it now? She's having seizures. They asked me how I know she's having a seizure. So the two doctors are watching a patient having convulsions in a bed, eyes rolling up and down in the head, and they're asking the guardian of the child, how you know they're having a seizure? At the very moment they're asking me that, a third doctor walked into the room, an Indian doctor with a black hijab on her head, talking to another doctor on the phone. I'm assuming it's a doctor because the person is telling the person on the phone the patient is having seizures. Walked around, the two doctors go to the other side of the bed and giving the information to the person on the phone, the heart rate, the pulse rate on the monitor next to her that is hooked up to her. And when she started to walk away from the bed, my daughter came out of the seizure and started to bawl along the place. I am hearing this doctor telling the person on the phone, the noise that you're hearing is the patient bawling. And she left the room. When I turned to the two doctors who still stood at the side of the bed, could you please stop that from going into the child? They put up their hand, one of them put up their hands in the head and said that. And they answered that, I don't know what we don't know how again to do for her. We are not pediatric doctors. And they stood there talking amongst themselves while my daughter is screaming to the top of her voice. I had the ability, the time to go through the Lord's Prayer with my daughter while she's bawling in my head. Because all this time she has not opened her eyes. And I'm praying with her, saying the Lord's Prayer. And they just stood up there talking amongst themselves. And after completing the prayer, my daughter started gasping for breath. And when after the second gasp for breath, I turned to them and tell them, could you check and see if she need oxygen? They came, grabbed her wrist, realized that they're losing the pulse rate. They call out for the nurse. Nurse, come and take daddy and keep him out of the room. And next thing I've seen is because there's a lot of people rushing into the room with equipment to try and resuscitate her. And 45 minutes or so afterwards, people started to walk out of the room, slowly going their way. And when one of the doctors who came out of the room was the head doctor, who I'm assuming the female doctor was talking to, she came out of the room because I did not see her enter the room because I was crying in the corridor. Right? So she came out of the room and she's telling me, Dad, we're so sorry about what happened. I know when my pediatric doctors came back to the hospital, because they left from the morning shift and they came back. During the time when she was bleeding out, they came back into the hospital. And it's only when they came and they got the instructions from her, the senior doctor, which is Dr. Solomon, to take her down to the IDU unit, which is high dependency, and let them see about the bleeding because they can't stop the bleeding on the ward over the last 4 to 5 hours. So when they took her down there, all this happening in the high dependency unit. She said she could account for what happened when my nurses, my doctors came. But what happened after that, we need to run numbers because she went from 0 to 100. And we need to run reports as to what she got and how much of what. And that's basically it. So now reading their report after we had an independent doctor review the medical reports over a year. The doctor came back with a recommendation that she's seen at least 7 instances where she is seeing medical malpractice that we can challenge them on. And based on that, my lawyer at the time was Umlala, presented a pre-action protocol letter to the NCRHA indicating that these are the grounds that we think that you guys are liable for the untimely death of the child. And when we got their response after 3 months, they are indicating to me that one, when I said that initially when you put in the access line on my daughter's leg, you did so, and after doing so, one of the doctors came back to me and called me out of the ward. That's about 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes after they put in the line and they left. One came back to me, asking me, Dad, did you sign any consent form in Mount Hope for us to cut and put this into her? I said, no. Anybody in Couva give you anything to sign? No. So that doctor is now bringing it to my attention that they misstepped. They needed to get written consent for them to cut her and put that medical device into her. Okay? And you're there, right?
Yes. You go ahead, my brother.
Yeah. So they are telling me, the doctor is telling me, because she's a minor, she's underage, they need that in writing, which is what the law requires in the first place. So I said, no problem. Bring the document and I will sign it. The gentleman left and never returned to my water. The following week, a similar process happened where they told me the night before that my daughter. Green, it's a sign that the kidney is being rejected. So over the years, I've been looking for that sign, and that was the only time that sign came up where she started to vomit green. And that's why we end up in hospital to check for COVID. All right? So she had no breathing issues like that. So all the things that people were dying from COVID, the usual thing that they lost breath, that they couldn't breathe, that was not an issue. The issue is that she lost kidney function and she needed to have the blood clean. All right? When this gentleman tell me that, based on their report, when you read their medical report, they are stating to me as a defense that the doctor indicated to me all the risks involved, told me all the risks, and I verbally confirmed for them to go ahead. Which, if you're being legal about it, it means this is not making sense. In that you cannot tell a parent or a guardian or any patient, I'm going to do a procedure to you that may kill you. Do you understand the risk involved? Yes. And continue without having that non-indemnification letter signed. The mere fact that you're telling the person that there's a risk, you should have your letter for them to sign off stating that they understood that you're going to take a risk and you could possibly die and you have consented. These people do not have a letter like that because the none was ever signed. And I'm telling my lawyer after this response came, I said, but that's a very, what you call a low-hanging fruit. That is something you could easily challenge them and win them on. He's saying, no, but and he just dismissive. And even to the fact down to the end, they're saying that where I had us plead and beg for them to stop infusing her with the cool blood plasma. They neglected to see anything like that I actually withdrawn consent, everything from them. Because as the guardian of the child, if I tell the person that the child is in discomfort and I want you to stop it, I am the legal guardian and they're supposed to follow my instructions and stop it right away. And they failed to do so on multiple occasions, and they just left the coal product being pumped into my daughter's body, which had little to as little blood in it, which means that the coal product will have been sending the child into the states. And of course, she's not conscious. She wasn't up when you're doing it. She's not aware of what was going on. So she was more panicked than anything else, while she was screaming in agony, and you're listening, watching this child, and refused to stop it. And then turned around and lied and said on the medical report now that having stopped the bleeding when she came to the ward, you got a care plan for her, which means that she's supposed to get the school blood product over a 4-hour period, and every 2 hours she's supposed to be monitored for the signs of rejection or bad reaction to it, or being overloaded, and stop it immediately if that happens, and give her Claritin and some chloroform long weed to arrest the situation and stop the shock that she's in. Right? However, in my presence, what transpired when I was next to her is that I am begging you to basically do what you say you're going to do in your medical plan, is just to stop it right away, because she's bawling in agony. She's trying to pull the line out of her neck, and I am holding her down. So technically, I basically was accomplice to allow you to allow my daughter to die. Because had I let go of her hand, she will have pulled the line out of her neck, because they're seeing that she's trying to pull it out and I'm holding her hand, restricting her from doing so. So had I let go of her, she would have pulled out the line out of her neck and would have been bleeding out on the neck this time, and your product will have been spraying all over the ground. But because I know she is in the ward there, because she was bleeding out on her leg, I decided not to let her go and continue holding her down, begging her to stop while she's bawling and screaming in agony. And these two doctors have basically said that as soon as she started having seizures, they stopped it immediately, and they gave her the Claritin and the chloroform, and they ordered brain scan, CT scan for her, and they did their best. They never indicated that this happened over a prolonged period of time, and I am begging them to stop it, and they refused to stop it. They didn't indicate that, which basically would have shown that they are liable for the child's death had they done so I could understand they wanted to lie. But because of the fact that they did so, that they lied about what transpired, every single lawyer that I've had reviewed the case, which is Umlala, Prakash Ramada, and I had at one point this gentleman from Tobago, Martin George, but he was just charging fees from up front for everything, just talk to me, was fees just to read her file, was fees, so I stopped. And all these lawyers are stating that I don't have a case simply because the doctors misrepresented what actually happened. And again, June of this year, the 24th of June, is the 4-year anniversary of her death. And if I don't bring this case to the court, I am not going to be able to bring back the matter to the court for any kind of redress into the future. And since the beginning of the year, I've been communicating with the former AGs, which is Mr. Amor, Regiment Amor, sent emails, made phone calls to the office, unsuccessfully reaching out to any one of them. The secretary said that he got the email, it's printed on his desk, he have not assigned it to a lawyer to have the matter investigated. He's now resigned and left. Camille Robertson came in. I repeated the process again. I went to the AG's office a couple of times and keep being told to hold on for someone to call. Someone to call, and that has not happened. Of course, they are voted out of office. There's a brand new AG. Send back the information again. Still waiting for someone to call me to at least investigate the claim that I'm making and have the doctors who presented the reports to come in and at least have this thing properly vetted, because somebody is lying. And that based on the lie, I'm being denied justice and the ability to challenge the doctors in the courts. So at this time, I don't have anyone in my corner legally to represent me or to go this stage, because even at this stage, it should be done with a lawyer involved, but all the lawyers seem to think that it's an uphill battle, and it's a matter that is going to be very difficult to prove, of course, because if they're relying on the doctors as reports on it, obviously it's going to be my word against them, and apparently in Trinidad and Tobago, doctors don't lie.
All right, we understand. Lennox Smith, so the former AGs and them, and that is so what? For they to organize and start an investigation into it? And besides that...
So basically the AG's offices who defending the NCRHs, they defend all government agencies. So instead of running an investigation where a past patient is claiming that these things happened in front of his face, in his presence, you strictly relied on the fact that your doctors just simply said, this is what happened, left out a whole bunch of information that could show that they were negligent, and just go with a sanitized version of what happened, that she was in seizures, they stop it immediately, they give her this, they give her that, and she died.
Wow.
All right, so Lennox
Smith, most lawyers are telling him that, because we get the drift, most lawyers are telling him, Lennox Smith, that waste of time is not a case that he could win. The time bar is June, coming the 23rd of June. The 24th of June. And all he wants is justice for the negligence of his daughter. With your little understanding where he stands. Unmute your mic.
The lawyers have clearly, of course, indicated the legal position because of the statute bar limitation for civil matters. So that is an option that,
right? But remember,
it's very tenuous. It is an emaciated one, very thin, for him to be successful there, because I'm sure that the other side will take advantage of that. The one that is probably open to him that may create some kind of relief for him is, of course, approaching the government itself via the minister, bring the matter to the attention of the minister, and see whether or not some kind of consideration will be given. Something similar to that of, let's say, those persons who died in that tragic industrial matter, in that pipe owned by one of the oil entities of the government. I think that is where unfortunately he may find himself having to go. I don't think that the courts, that the other side will take lightly.
They will let it pass. They will let the time pass because June is dry day. So they will draw that out and let the time pass. But what if he put it in before the time pass?
But if he put it before the time pass, well, he has a case. He has a matter that he could reasonably vent in the courts.
All right, but what it is you're missing? You're missing a lawyer to put it back in before the time pass, or?
All right, hold on. Let me fill in the next gap in this. I had a conversation early last year with the former ombudsman, who is a retired High Court judge.
Yes.
And I laid down the situation as is, what transpired, and he's indicating to me that based on what it is you're saying to me, you have a very strong case in the court. And you do not, because what Umlala and them saying is, unless a doctor come forward and confess that they lied about what happened, which is not going to happen, or I get a foreign doctor from another jurisdiction to come to Trinidad and say, well, this could be done, it could have been done differently, or this could have been done.
Yeah, you gotta get proof.
That's how you can succeed. So what the High Court judge is saying, based on what is you're saying, you don't need a doctor to come forward and confess anything. All you need to do is get a lawyer who is skilled enough and know they were around the court to bring the matter to the court. Because what you have is what you call a concrete memory, a concretized memory. You are probably living this over in your dreams over and over. You've probably been traumatized by it, playing it over in your head over and over. So what you're saying is based on fact. What you need is to bring and subpoena the doctors who, right? And that's what the High Court judge is indicating to me. I did speak to other judges, because where I'm located. Give them the facts in the matter. They are saying, yes, you have a case.
Andy, what I said is that if it is time bar or it is statutory bar, then of course
it isn't by yet.
What I said will be valid. But if it is not yet, then
June,
I said,
June 28th.
I said that he has a case, because of course all of those things, because the balance of probability, the believability of the no matter whether they are doctors or not, as compared to what he witnessed and so I'm sure the courts will give him that appropriate consideration of the evidence that he would supply, because the person has in fact died. The doctors will have to say what would have been the causes, and why the doctors may be experts, and he may have an obligation to provide expert witness that he may not be able to afford or provide. I'm sure that the courts will consider what he would have said, what he would have witnessed into consideration, and give it the appropriate weight, the evidence that is, in order to come to a conclusion. And I'm almost certain that it must be, because the judges are human beings, would say that something went wrong, and that of course some kind of compensation must be provided. Whilst it will not bring back the loved one, but certainly it's something that has to be considered. Some kind of compensation must be.
So what you need is a lawyer. Technically, you need a lawyer.
So basically, so far as a lawyer, the person that needs a lawyer.
You have not yet pursued that course. A lawyer.
Because again, remember I said I've been pursuing lawyers, but they all seem to think, based on the response to the pre-action protocol letter of the first lawyer, that I don't have a case. So Prakash Hamada gave me that undertaking late last year, that based on what he's reading, I do have a case, or I do have a strong case, as he put it. Olada said the same thing. I do have a strong case. You're not saying you can't win the case, but it's going to be an uphill battle. So most lawyers are reluctant to pursue it, and those who are doing so want
to put in the
cash payment up front.
To do the work.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So they basically it's a challenge.
They're doing it for.
Yeah.
Right. I see.
Oh, it was pro bono.
So most of them are just.
Hold on, it was pro bono that was doing it for you.
Yeah, so when from the first heard it, he realized that I have a case.
Yeah, that's big. That's
a case. He said, I'll do it. I'll do it for you, and we'll deal with that later. And then when they get the response from the pre-action protocol letter, he decided, that's it. I quit and walk.
Yeah, because the other side will have to defend themselves. The evidence not being tested, at least the evidence of the caller in the court, because he would be the main
witness
person to main witness for the litigants. Yeah, for those who are taking the matter to court. Wow. I don't know. Maybe you could call me after the program and we'll see if we can.
If anybody can help the gentleman with a lawyer to at least get in the paperwork before the statute, but as long as it ends before it ends, it will proceed. So if anybody can help him with a lawyer,
because pre-action protocol letter was already sent and a response was given, so that part of it could be eliminated, and they could act on what is there, whosoever it is. So maybe he could call me after the program. We'll see how we could treat with that, and get the matter in before, of course, the time bar criteria. Let me put it that way.
All right, thank you so much, caller. And to all of you that are out there listening, good Samaritans, if anybody you have a family member that is a lawyer, God-fearing people, this gentleman just want justice for his kid, justice for his 15-year-old daughter that they put a line in to give her dialysis and pull out the line and did not stitch her back up. And inject some coal of chicken. So let's give him some help. Give him some help.
I mean, that is negligence certainly, clearly from the face of it alone. It is inhumane. It's almost like a butcher. That cannot be allowed to just be swept on the carpet, man.
Yeah, Andy and Lennox. Just imagine a doctor as an adult is giving you something that they have to, medicine that they're going to inject into you. And while they're injecting it into you, you are being discomforted, you are screaming in agony, and they're continuing, not going to stop, and just continue pouring that chemical into you, and you are bawling out in agony. Who does that?
Or at least
who does that?
Sedate the patient. Sedate the patient. I mean, there are ways of doing that. Physical restraint may become necessary if the doctor is convinced that the medicine will do the ultimate job, which
make the difference.
Cure whatever it is. But if that situation exists, there must be some kind of protocol, some kind of medical procedure to create, or to, should I say, alleviate the discomfort and the actions of the patient that may appear to be inimical to what the doctor may be prescribing. Because if they're pulling it out and all of that and so on, then there are ways and means. But let's see how that pans out.
So you call Lennox Smith after the program. You see our number from the screen, 337-6940. You see the little ticker in front, underneath Lennox, the fluorescent green sticker with red writing, 337-6940. Call Lennox Smith after the program, right? And anybody that do you have a phone number that you'll want to give out in case you have a lawyer or somebody that can help you to get a lawyer, so they'll be able to call you? Give them your number, please.
Sure.
I can be contacted and probably provide that information. And if you're a lawyer and you have listened to this, a very tragic case, you may want, of course, to make an intervention in the interest of justice. Well, certainly, of course, I will be only too glad to convey same to this very unfortunate victim of that horrendous situation.
What's your phone number?
There are always two sides to a story. So
I can be reached. I can be reached at 338-3110.
338.
Give them your numbers, well.
338-3110.
Right. Andy, you got that?
338-3110. That's 3110.
That's correct.
You see, why she was talking there, Andy, lawyers have a fanciful way, many fanciful way to tell you, well, look, they're not taking your case for one reason or another. But I had a situation. I'm assisting the gentleman right now. He has not paid his fee that was asked of him by the lawyer. So I went to the lawyer with him. And then he said, well, listen, I told the judge, I will be telling the judge that this man is not interested in his matter. So then I get to realize that he's not interested in the matter because he can't pay the lawyer. so the way how we will put it to the judge is that he's not interested because. So what I had to do, of course, take. He sent it to me by way of email because he is unable to even print, and he doesn't want to use his ink to print the document for him to read some of the witness statements against his client. So I had to ask him to send it by email for me, and then I would print it as I have done and give it to the client in order to take it back to him. So at least that part of it, he doesn't have to spend his own money to, of course, achieve. So there are fanciful ways of telling people because you can't pay, or how to how a lawyer will get out of that situation on the basis of impecuniary disposition, meaning that you don't have money. But that is how it is, and we have to face it that these men
All right.
and
So,
women, of
so
course,
caller,
spend
thank you
a lot
very
of
much.
years studying, and they want compensation for their time because that is what lawyers is all about. Knowledge and time is of vital importance, and so you can't vex with them. But where you have those who have taken the time, and I could call some, even Alan Ram Nogan, and of course Ramdeen, Ramesh Maraj, etc., in spite of their popularity and their success, they still find time, of course, to treat with matters that they consider to be important, especially in circumstances where people may not be financially adequate in order to, of course, pursue such litigations. So I'm sure that with the hearing on the ground report, somebody will come forth, whether it's lawyer or a good Samaritan who may be able to make some kind of recommendation. All right, thanks very much, sir. Oh, he's gone? Yeah.
More than nobody here. So, real quick, here's what I suggest the guy does regarding his daughter. The case of his daughter. You need evidence. Your word is not going to be enough. So, focus on the liquid itself, the drug that they use. It would have been in a liquid form. And it would have been given through intravenous, IV. So when you give an IV, it's a volume of liquid, so they will start off at a particular volume. So let's say they start off at 1 liter. And it is given at a specific rate, meaning X amount of milliliters per minute. All right? Now, your argument is, early in the administration of the drug, you realized that she was having a reaction, and you would have specified what you saw. You saw a seizure, you saw this, you saw that. Okay? They would have said, their counter argument is that as soon as that reaction was seen, just like you saw it, they reacted, stopped the procedure, and gave the medicine and so on to the person, okay? To counter the allergic reaction, right? It's more or less anaphylaxis, I think, happened to her, right? But your argument is that, no, they continued. Despite you realizing something's wrong and asking them to, they continued. And they continued for, well, you could give them your testimony, how long you think they continued for. Let's say you say they continued for another 15 minutes. They say, no, we stopped immediately once the father and us realized something was wrong. We stopped immediately. You are saying, no, they kept going for 15 minutes or whatever it was. The volume of the drug remaining in the bag is your evidence. Because again, there's a volume, there's a rate it's being given at. If they are saying they stopped immediately, it would have more remaining in the bag. You'll be able to very easily calculate how much was used in a given time. Bam. You would get your answer in time there. If you are in volume remaining in the bag, you are saying it continued longer, it will have less volume. And it will be very easy to calculate that. How much of the drug remained, and they are supposed to record that. If they don't have a record of that, so if they have a record of it, there's your evidence. If they don't have a record of it, that is also evidence. That is now a question of negligence. That is where either medical records are being doctored or not being recorded, which is another kettle of fish. Okay? That's a humble suggestion. Your word is not enough. Yet the evidence, I think the evidence is the volume of the liquid that was used across time. That's your hard evidence. So push for that. Get a lawyer who would push for that, getting that evidence in hand.
Well, clearly that ought to be the case. But the first thing you have to get is a lawyer to consider those areas, because I'm sure that that would have been some of the consideration of a lawyer that is prepared to put in the hard work. And as he rightly said, but as he has told us that there, and of course one of whose reputation I cannot question, but told him that he doesn't have a case. However, of course, he went to the ombudsman, and the ombudsman said something of a different nature. But of course, that is dependent on whether or not his version of the events was in fact so. But I still believe that the outcome could be the adjudicator, the judge, or the jury. I think he should take the risk. I think he has more to gain than lose, and of course, public interest in these matters, I think, will also be on his side in terms of pursuing the matter to its natural conclusion in the courts of the country. So he has to get over the hurdle of making sure that he files before the statute bar, and then of course getting a lawyer to look, among other things, that which of course was just mentioned by our good friend who comments on matters of this nature. So that's that. As I was making the point before, that here it is, you have lawyers not wanting to take a case because you can't pay. So, and I like the term he uses, this man is not interested. And he's telling, of course, a subliminal for us, but of course, a very, very pellucid to the judge, that the man ain't want to pay me. So therefore, of course, I cannot pursue his matter. And of course, in that case, justice will not be served. But of course, the lawyer has his right to be paid for the services that he provides. Otherwise, it makes no sense that he being a lawyer, because he has to put food on the table like everybody else. So that's the situation there with that.
Go ahead,
could I
next
get
caller.
back to the? I see Mikey is here, but could I get back to the
Mikey there?
What will happen on Friday, or Mikey will want to make an intervention?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Mikey, a pleasant good morning.
Good morning, my brothers. Loud and clear?
Loud and clear.
Yes, loud and clear, my friend. Yes.
Yes. I love that shit, boy, Lennox. Boy, the Black Magnum PI, boy. Hey, my brother Andy Pitbull Williams, what's going on, my brothers? Lennox, tell us, please, Friday. Let people know just how important it is and what does it mean. I believe it's the 13th Parliament sitting.
Yes,
the
yes,
13th?
it is.
Right,
Yeah,
the 13th. Very important.
Yes, indeed. Of course, the agenda of the day will include. It's not just the coming together of both houses, but there's some foreplay, so to speak, before all of that happens. So the House of Representatives and Senate will meet separately in their respective chambers. So that's the first thing will happen on that day, long before the 1:30, when of course both of them are expected to be in one chamber. Usually where the the House of Representatives sits, and of course the president will then address them. So Parliament channels will cover the matter from about 1:15. At precisely 1:30, the clerk in each chamber will read the proclamation. Then of course the national anthem will be played in each chamber. After that, of course, the proclamation, of course, saying that the sitting is in operation, etc. Then the president of the Senate and Speaker of the House will be elected and take the oath or affirmation in their respective chambers.
Wonderful.
Yes, and then after that, of course, the Vice President of the Senate and the Deputy Speaker of the House will be elected and take the oath or affirmation in their respective chambers.
Yes, Lennox, but you're right. You're giving us it ball by ball, step by step. But I think what is mostly important is that the people who are going to be there tomorrow in their numbers, this is what we stood up for. This is what we've been asking for from day one, of course. that we restore good governance to Trinidad and Tobago. Tomorrow, the 13th sitting of the Parliament means just that we have indeed put that back where it belongs when dealing with our democracy and our rights as a people. So tomorrow, wherever you're coming from, come down. Lennox, of course, 1:30 is the ceremonial opening.
Yes, 1:30. And of course, I think what is vital as well, I think people should know what really happens, because sometimes you're puzzled and you go there and you are ignorant as to what is happening. Well, the presiding officer of each chamber will announce at some point in time that Her Excellency wishes, of course, to address both houses of Parliament, and then, of course, they will proceed. The presiding officers will proceed to Abercrombie Street, so that's just outside on the eastern side of the Parliament, to await the arrival of Her Excellency. So both the president as well as the speaker, who would have been elected previously on the same day, just before, members of the Senate will make their way to the House of Representatives, and then Her Excellency will arrive and inspect the guard of honor assembled on Abercrombie Street, and then Her Excellency will enter the Parliament building and shortly thereafter proceed to the House chamber, that is the lower house chamber, that is.
That's right.
Yes, Her Excellency will address the members of both houses of Parliament. So that's the plenary session we talked about earlier. All right. After the conclusion of her address, Her Excellency will depart the chamber, proceed to Abercrombie Street, accompanied by the presiding officers, to dismiss the guard of honor. So all that time the guard of honor will be outside. When she went in would have taken place. Then, of course, return to the diplomatic reception lounge. And then, of course, the presiding officers will return to their respective chambers and conclude business. Guests will be just two more items to conclude this whole exercise. Guests will assemble in the rotunda of the Red House for a reception. Her Excellencies, escorted by the presiding officers, will join invited guests in the rotunda of the Red House, and then, of course, finally, there will be a short program with a few remarks followed by entertainment, and that brings down the curtain of his proceedings. Yes.
Very, very important. Thank you so much for that. So, folks, you know what you're in store for. And those of you coming down, come down. The ceremonial opening is at 1:30, and all members of Parliament will be taking their oath of office tomorrow.
Yes.
All members of Parliament. So you don't want to miss that. Come out, give your support. We have indeed done what we've been talking about for far too long. Now it's time to get down to business, and officially business kicks off tomorrow with the Parliament, the 13th sitting of the Parliament, the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Who's on the outside, Andy? I don't know if you have any voice notes. I don't know if you played any Good Morning TNT, but tomorrow it's very, very important. Come out and give our entire team that support. Yes, the best of the best, the creme de la creme, everything that is going to restore good living in Trinidad and Tobago. And you know our people. Come out, come out.
Paula, morning.
Good morning again, gentlemen. Barakpo here speaking.
Go ahead, Barakpo.
I'll be there, and I'll be wearing white to signify honesty, decency, integrity in government. And we're looking for a new and a clean way forward. And I hope that after the first sitting, and when we hear the first debate in Parliament, we don't ever hear PNM open their mouth again for the rest of their life in Trinidad and Tobago. The second point is, concerning the gentleman with the issue we're having with the malpractice and thing, I think nobody get wrong in the sense that the evidence and thing is after the fact of what the man is requesting, to get somebody to represent him in the court, to bring the matter first in front of a judiciary. And then evidence will have to come to support the case and make who liable in that instance. So right now, thinking about how much medication remain in the sack and thing, that is a little preemptive right now. We want to see the matter. But the whole thing about this whole scenario, especially in Trinidad, you see this thing where we already talk about the Cosa Nostra, we have to take care of each other. That's what is happening in that same circles. Somebody go be doing something, and as soon as a few phone call make, they go say, hey, you know, that's so-and-so sister and this one daughter, them went SAGs together, or they went Benedicts together and them kind of thing. And then you go see the same lawyer who was representing you decide now that, boy, you know, better we settle this thing outside, or that's how it is working trade. I closely aligned to the medical system in the country, and I could tell you, it have plenty issues like this. As soon as you see you decide, that's how you're bringing up in front of our magistrate, and everybody agree. Then you'll hear the phone calls that they make. This one, you know, that one mother from the grandfather side and all this kind of thing. Because remember, it's Trinidad and Tobago. And then you'll hear a different story now. And especially if you don't have money and you don't have a real representative in this country, you're in real trouble. So I hope something works out for the gentleman. But like I just said, you have to get somebody to bring it to the judicial system first before we talk about getting the evidence to make the prosecution. So have a good morning, gentlemen. I'll see you all here tomorrow. I have an old bottle of Old Pa home. It have a little moss in it, about 15 years old. I wonder if to walk with that and some glass, boy, because this is a momentous day for us in Trinidad and Tobago. You know. And Lennox, like he and Alwari went in Macy's and shop, or that shirt looking like one of the shirt where Alwari is wearing pants, you know. Yeah. I don't watch him, you know. We have to watch him closely. Have a good morning, gentlemen. Take care. Tomorrow.
I tell you, when the money is there, man sitting in a mansion, you had to look, you know. The black Magnum PI was. Yeah, and we have over there, we have.
Morning, nobody here. So again, my argument is you need evidence. A lawyer responds to instruction. If you, as a client, are pushing a line along testimony, you know, he's not going to want to pursue the case. As well as don't presume that lawyers know everything, or that lawyers... So a lawyer may not understand the argument I just put up there regarding using evidence of the remaining volume. If you go to the lawyer and say, listen, I think the evidence of the volume, the remaining volume, because they started with a certain amount, is a specific time, and the cutoff time, whether it is according to my testimony versus their testimony, you will end up with a certain volume remaining. And that is the evidence. That lawyer will scratch his beard and say, you know what, I think I could pursue that. Don't presume that they are know-it-alls. Okay? You as the client need to instruct as well. And you see, the thing is a kind of a win-win. If the evidence comes out, so the lawyer uses his office to press the hospital to release the evidence of the volume remaining, and then you can determine the time and all of that. If the evidence comes out that, hey, you know what, they went much longer than they said they did, well, there's your case. If the evidence does not come out, meaning they hide it, or it was never recorded, that now is a criminal matter, because they are supposed to record something like that. How much of a particular drug was actually used. So what this guy is pushing for is a civil case, but there are criminal pieces to it. And by stirring the pot, so a lawyer start digging for the evidence of the volume remaining, somebody started sweat beads to say, oh, we get catch, somebody's going to turn court. One of those doctors involved is going to realize, oh, the jig is up, it's best I cooperate because it looked like this one going down, right? But you need to stir the pot. And I believe the key thing here, the point of evidence that can work, is that volume of liquid remaining. That is supposed to be recorded somewhere. And if it isn't, is a problem. If it is a problem. And if it isn't, is a problem too for the hospital. And otherwise, it will be I think the evidence for the father's case.
Yeah, going up all the morning to the government court crew and the Lennox and Mickie. I just have a problem here. I would like to ask Lennox to check for me, please. When Salam investigated Mr. Amber to the National Insurance money, the amount of money, I want to know if he put it back in the PNM government, put back that money. Is that because that is the cause that people cannot get the National Insurance money after applying for so long? I mean, a lot of people are applying for their money and cannot get it. So what is the cause? Why can't Kamala put her minister, who is in charge of social welfare and these kind of things, to investigate the National Insurance Board and see what it is that is taking them so long to pay people their money? Is it because Mr. Imbut take how much millions of dollars, 40 and change $1 million out of the National Insurance money? Let us know that is people's money that was there, and we would like to know what is happening with it, because some of us are already dependent on that National Insurance money. You understand? Because there's money that they put aside there that if they want to, they don't hesitate with the pension already. You understand? Tell us about our National Insurance money. Yes, Labour's PLM gets the job. What about the UNC people? What about the people who supported the UNC? Are they not entitled to get a job? Are they not marble citizens? So why it is that the people in charge of CTF under Imbo is only hiring people if they believe there's PNM? Once you are not a supporter of the PNM party, you wouldn't get any work. So it's a lot of young people who I know, like myself, who voted for UNC, and nothing is happening for us. Nothing is happening for those youths. Only the PNM people are getting CTF groups, 5 or 6 of them groups, and it's only PNM people. You understand? If you only have any belief that you are UNC, you understand? No job for you with the CTF. And UNC say when they win, everybody win. So let us put some people in, new people to run the CTF in Mahaval. That's so. Certain people, everybody will get a break.
Good morning, Mike and Andy, Lennox, Mikey, and to everybody out there. Andy, I really, really felt sorry for Stark. My heart went out to this boy, especially how they beat him up. The boy mouth and he was bleeding, and somebody set up Stark. But Stark, now I give Stark wrong in a little way to it. Stark know the situation in the country, right? Because never mind, the government tried to change the situation in the country. We have a lot of nasty predators out there. Somebody knew what Stark was going to do, and that is why they did that boy that. And I feel really, really sorry for him. You know, but I really hope, as he said, he wouldn't recover the money, but I really hope he gets some justice. Really, really hope that he gets some justice. And Lennox, apparently, we can't talk about some politicians in this country, right? But wasn't Rowley the one who said, right, that when you put yourself in the political arena, you're up for people to be scrutinizing you? So then why it is that we must talk about some politicians? Why it is that I'm going to say it? Why it is that we must talk about Karen Marcel? And he's a politician? I don't care who he related to. If he do nonsense and who want to come after me, let them come. Right? Because you and Wall Street get it good for saying for pulling him up on the nonsense that he was talking. How it good for some and it not good for all? He put himself up as a politician and he will suffer the consequences as a politician. And who vexed? Too bad. I don't care. Too bad. And Andy, did you listen to my voice note about the pervert? The drunk pervert who like to send pictures to ladies? Have a good one, Andy. Andy, good morning to you, Lennox, Mikey, and to everybody out there. Andy, it was a shame and a disgrace to see what Rowley did with the DB campus. That beautiful building. We saw pictures when the UNC left office, and that's before, and we saw pictures after what took place up there. Rowley priority was not in education. Rowley could have fixed his school, but Rowley wanted to put his own signature on useless projects, vanity projects. The money that he took and spent on Milfleur, Stormyer Castle, the president built over a whole but the amount of money look like there's a whole new president placed the bill over, right? Whitehall and all these places. They could have fixed that DB campus. I am so ashamed of how they left that. It just goes to show you this nasty mentality that they had. But Rowley sat down in 2015 in Paris Suites, a conversation with the nation, and said no government should neglect projects that was started by the previous government. And Rowley turned around and do the same. The same thing he condemned the UNC for not finishing the Taruba Stadium. Right? He come and he do it. And that too, the amount of money that was spent on that Taruba Stadium could have finished the DB campus, fix it up or whatever. Look at now how much money this government had to put out now to finish that. That's for the people of the country. And despite all these nasty racists and them saying, it's not for UNC people, it's for everybody, it's for education, tourism. But you see, their minds so stink, they can't see past the race. Thanks a lot, Andy.
Good morning, Mikey, Lennox, Andy. Hey, Mikey, nice to hear your voice. You know, that guy talking there about Professor should investigate the NIS and the this and the that. Oh, Father, Lord, help us. They'll just come in there. They're not even in the parliament yet to go to swearing tomorrow. Give them a chance and they're going to do all of that. Just have a little patience and sit and wait. What is wrong with these damn people that can't understand, you know? Andy, Lennox and Mikey, I just listened to Miss Santa Cruz. No, Rowley priority was not education. It was the red couch. They don't realize that.
Oh Lord, them one of them in easy now.
Gentlemen, good morning. Calling in relation to retirees, police retirees. All right. There is a specific law in place indicating that retirees generally should be dealt with in a speedy and efficient manner. All right, the law is in place to accommodate that. Now, the commissioner, in my opinion, should be placed in a situation where he should be charged if he's failing to supervise on the lack of duty, as the case may be. Whereas these things are not being done in a timely manner according to the law. The law is for everyone. It's not for him alone, as the case may be. I have been waiting 2 years for my benefits, and I'm seeing nothing is being put in place to accommodate this. Like I have been calling the program constantly, requesting some form of assistance. No one has reached out to me, and to this point and to this date in time, they have not found my document, which is lost in administration. So I heard you all talking about a lawyer this morning, the lawyers to represent or lawyers who can advise in a situation of this nature. Because I have communicated with other officers, some who are not even collecting an interim pension at this point in time. And how are they surviving? So if a lawyer, if you can distinguish for me a pro bono case, or if a lawyer is willing to take a case and probably we pay later on, this is very helpful. All right, so you can probably enlighten us on that. All right, I need some enlightenment in that perspective, and we can know how we can move forward in situations such as this. Thank you and have a good day.
All right. Andy, is 225-6644 working?
Yeah, they could call our number.
Or somebody said they've been trying for an hour and a half. I don't know if that's true.
All right, let me try. Morning, caller. Caller, good morning.
Yeah, Mr. Good morning to you, Andy. And let me say good morning to you, Mickie and Lennox Smith. I want to start out saying this. I see the Minister, Dr. Mudilal is touring the campus school. I know there is under his district, there is his area. And I also saw the Minister of Education is touring. So, I want to tell the government, I'm very concerned after listening to the interview, because the government got a mandate to fix the problem. Come and tell us the problem and fix the problem. No complaint. And when I hear that they're going to have an investigation and a probe, I am saying we mustn't have no probe in that school. We know the school in a mess. We know in the last 9 years, PNM abandoned the school, fix the school. Take that same millions of dollars. I want no probe in this country, you know. Because for over the years, we've been seeing probe and not. So I am saying here now that the same probe that they want to launch in the way for school, take that same money and fix the school. Fix the problem, because we know there would have a problem. We know that we was going in our treasury with no money, and we say we have the solution. So if we say we have the solution, I am saying yes. Explain the public and fix the problem. No complaining. No complaining, because all the OPM, you have to get rid of all of them. Bring in a who could do the job. Don't have a CEO who was appointed by the next former government. Sit down there still. Remove him. Don't excuse to remove him. You have to remove him, because by a CEO saying only who are next regime point, it would must have hiccups along the line. So the probe, I want to see 6 million for probe and 2,000 page and 3,000 page. I want to tell this country, when this country win, everybody win it. You see that fanfare? It's fanfare over. Because I want to make it clear. In the last 9 years, I fight for 2 schools to build in Portsmouth South and Keith Scotland. Out of all the seats, again, Portsmouth South lifts up the hand. When I call Pakash, when I call the candidates, I tell them how was the campaigning day, we cannot win. We could win this seat, but we have to listen to things they didn't want to listen. But they get 3,000 votes. Keith Scotland gets 5,000. Keith Scotland nearly lost his seat. He gets 35%, 34%. Right? So, the candidate COP gets 3,000 votes in Portland South. Lavente East, Enge, UNC that. Lavente West, Enge, UNC that. Duke Martin West, Enge, UNC that. Duke Martin North, Enge, UNC that. But Portland again, like 1986. When they stand up and they reject the PNM in 1986, they were going to again, but it's how they campaign, they didn't win the seat. I've been campaigning for, and PNM abandoned that school. PNM turned the back on the people of Portland South. And I'm pleading to the government, because I see the government pouring school behind the Kaini Bridge. I don't have a problem with that. But I have a school named Piccadilly Government Primary School, also the St. Philip Government Primary School. Abandoned for 9 years. And I want to make it clear, the people of Portland South vote for the UNC. And we think something, because big tackle, small tackle is the same, and I thought, I I ain't asking for no favor. I don't want to hand out, you know.
All right.
Like, I don't want to provide on hand out big clap or small clap for the same and I told you know. Because
I wasn't hearing him clearly
You're
at
not,
that
you're
point.
not
Lennox,
coming
were you
across
hearing
clear,
him clearly?
Kingsley.
No, I too.
You're not coming across
I
clear.
couldn't hear him.
Yeah, let me get next thing there by
Well, let him call back now
Peace
because
and
I heard he
blessings
had
to
like
you,
several different points
Mr. Andy
and
Williams,
I couldn't
the
really
original
get
Pitbull.
clarity on the points. Go ahead.
Mr. Lennox Smith.
Good morning. Yeah, good morning.
This is AKA Dexter Thomas. Turn up on our side. I'm reminding all those right and thinking persons that all roads lead to the Parliament for the spin tomorrow. The Most High willing, to welcome in the right thinking UNC and Coalition of Interest government of Trinidad and Tobago. All right? Okay.
Gentlemen, good morning. Good morning, Andy, Lennox, and Mickie. Good to see you after a little while. Gentlemen, when you hear people take matters in their own hand, when there is so much crime and murder taking place in the country, it is because people have reached to the pinnacle of their stress. People have reached to that level that they just cannot take it anymore. Imagine that I am living on my own property on lands that is about 50 feet in width by about 800 feet in length. And the property on the eastern side and the western side of me is of the same width and the same length. But lo and behold, the property on the eastern side of me is rented by a gentleman who now lives in Pinal. And he rented the property to some Venezuelans. It is divided into two, in the front and in the back. So I cannot escape the noise from no side. But what is strange is that the gentleman, whenever you ask the gentleman to intervene and take consideration that there are other people and they need their rest, the gentleman refuses to do that. Imagine that you want to sleep all 10 o'clock, 10:30. These people by your bed head, right on the side, the eastern side of your room, which is just 20 feet away to 25 feet away, making noise. 3 Venezuelans can make noise for about 30 people, 30 Trinidadian. You understand me? This is when you reach a stage that you are fed up talking. You have made a report to the police station. You have put the matter before or highlight the matter on a newspaper, and the gentleman still refused to budge. What is the next step to do? You understand me? When you don't have money to go to lawyers, it is not $200 or $300 to get these matters off. And I have issued 2 pre-action protocol letters to the gentleman. Nothing is doing. What is my next step? Then on the western side of me, this gentleman is flushing his tenants, which again are Venezuelans, tenants and their sewage into my property. I've raised the matter on several occasions with the health authorities, and today nothing.
Oh boy. Go ahead, caller. You're cutting the voice notes. I was taking voice notes, but go ahead, caller.
Good morning, Mikey, Andy, and so Paul, all roads lead to, yes, tongue, all coming in, man, tongue, welcome all you. All coming by me. We're back and the civil the power to stop or to let it flow. I'm talking about the traffic. And that has been for generation. So we welcome everybody at the Parliament tomorrow. My UNC post man. Kingsley, I was hearing you clearly though, and I want to go to the head of the class. Go to the head of the class. Why our neighbors stated to me, people in the Beatum itself, yeah, and they should be proud when he still get over 2,000 votes. Get over 2,000 votes. They should be proud. People stated, yes, I love Corinne. They know, I know it's your family, no, but I can't vote for the wicked PNM. And then there are people who had voted in Lavantel, they who wanted to vote PNM, but they had voted for Kareem. So also I feel very excellent proud of my nephew who will enter Parliament tomorrow. Just as all my UNC candidates, MPs, senators, ministers who had held and gotten proper ministerial portfolio. I'm very happy for them. Who is happy for them? That is all you. Right, that is one. I feel, you know, and the bottom line of my thing is, people in Lavantel vote for UNC too. People in Caroni vote for PNM too. People all over. But I know, you know what? I been coming radio talk wise, we don't win, you know. I know we don't win. So my work I did for how much? 18 years, including Nyan Kingsley pushing on a pundit and a lawyer. Nobody remember these things. The list can go on and on, you know. Like when this one who always below Kamala, this was a fuck dirty looking one. Yeah, I'm African sister, but she does be dirty looking. But she was for clothes. Who wanted to be the minister of social, who wanted to be the minister, newly minister now of social development. He wanted to be shelter headquarters. And he just can go on and on. So I can see, I understand what you're talking about. Like when Andy said, Anderson only have a bowl cut up there, but we had to cut that chain about the Savannah, you know, when the pushback was going on. So, Kingsley, I feel you. Another thing that activists like you and myself may not want to come out and say, I welcome in all in tongue. And if somebody feel all about bigger than my own, me no business. I don't go by the parliament by myself. I will protest by myself. And donating on a protest, it could be a place lit with joy. With joy. Right? So some of the old people keep on their race while they're living. And the next thing I want to, before I leave, my squad will be there. My squad will be there. And secondly, another thing I'm proud of my family for, I'm not against homosexuals, I will never be against homosexuals.
Bring that energy tomorrow. Bring that energy tomorrow.
Yeah, to come in tomorrow.
To the opening of the parliament. Bring that energy.
Yeah, so long, my sister.
Come off of personalities and who say and them say. Stay focused. You've come too far. All of us have come too far now to be dealing with these petty issues. Stay focused. Keep the narrative where it needs to be kept. We have to defend our prime minister. We have to defend our government. This is what we fought for. This is what we stood up for. This is what we pushed back for. Not all that petty talk. Keep that energy for tomorrow. Tomorrow is a historic day. All members of parliament are going to take their oath. We are going to see the representatives that we believe in, that we know is going to put country first. Come out in your numbers. Come out. Let's talk about this, that I can't handle that. Today is a new chapter, man. Keep all that nasty, blighted, rowdy behavior to yourself. There's a new chapter. Stay focused.
We have Andy.
Andy, good morning.
Protest shouldn't be hiding. Right? People like
this
Yankees will be
gentleman
fun.
pain
And we could be fun
because I
tomorrow
had
too.
a similar experience hospital with my son some years ago, where he went to dialysis, and after doing dialysis, he came home with his vehicle to take him and bring him back, and they forgot to cut the line to close off the valve properly. And when he came home, his thing was bleeding. And he said, Mommy, why this thing bleeding so? When he looked down, his thing brushing. He had to call them, and we have to take him back for them to cap off this, and they forgot to close the thingy line properly. And my son was bleeding. You understand? So they do make mistakes. These things happen. You understand? Also, there was a time he was unresponsive. He was in ICU and he came out and all these different things, and on a ward. And he was refusing to take some medication that they wanted to give him. He said, until my mommy come, I'm not going to take this medication. That you all something new you all put it in me, and I don't need for it. You know, explain to me what it is, all these different things. And because of how he was responding and all these different things and getting on, they wanted to give it to him. And someone called me, a doctor or a nurse, I think it was a nurse, called me, one of his nurses from the dialysis area. They called me and they told me that he's not responding. He's not following doctor's instructions and all these different things. And they wanted to give him this thing and the other. And I need to come. I took some time to get this. So when I did get there, it was really late in the afternoon with the visiting hours was over and everything. But I was allowed to go on the ward and so forth. And when I went there, they said I had to sign. For he was an adult, but my approval, he always do everything. And they wanted me to sign this document. That way they call and say on the phone, they want me to come here. That was the reason why I come and they want me to sign this document for him because he's unresponsive, whatever, responding properly. Yeah, that was the word. So they wanted me to be there to sign this document or whatever. So I said, okay, I'm coming. When I get there, the document was already signed. And I asked the nurse, she said he's asleep now or whatever. And she said, I said, well, somebody called me, the doctor called me, a nurse called me and told me that I was supposed to come in because they wanted to sign some document, they wanted to give him something, they wanted to give him whatever. I can't remember exactly what was it and thing. And when I get there, it was already signed. And I told her, I said, I didn't sign anything. She said, but the nurse looked at his file and she said, but okay, we see consent form sign and whatever. I said, but they tell me to come and sign it, but I have never signed anything. But thank God that didn't happen to him and he was okay. But these things happen.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox. Call the contractor name. We will help you. Name them and shame them. They can have people working and they want to pay. And the all roads to the parliament and the swearing of the new government and Honorable Kamabasado and the Queen will be down there. I see they put out tent and all kind of thing, but big celebration down there tomorrow by the Queen and the throne. Love and respect to the Ground Report family and the UNC family. Love.
Yeah, man. Love. Blessed heart of love. Blessed heart of love.
Morning, caller. Caller, morning. Just listen to your phone. Morning.
Hi, good morning. Good morning to Lennox, Andy, and Mickie K. I'm from Grandy. I just put in my little contribution this morning in the sense that the caller earlier on who talked about witnessing his 15-year-old daughter dying and his negligence of the doctors and all that. But we have to put it back and remember that at that time in COVID, Rowley and them needed a certain amount of debt so that they could come out and tell the people, you have to take the vaccine, you all have to take the vaccine. So a lot of the people who died in hospital, it wasn't so much it should have happened, but they needed a volume of people to say, look how much people already died in the COVID, so you all have to take the vaccine. I never took the vaccine because I know it was wrong, and people that I knew advised vaccine. If you take that vaccine, you'll have 3 years to live after because it's damaging and destroying you. And Raleigh combined with the people, and this was a setup in small TNT, Trinidad and Tobago, and the lives that was taken, we put it in the basket of Rowley. Is Rowley and the people who is responsible. And I bless it to you all, my contribution.
All right, thank you very much. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Solid, the lines are open. A time check. It's a 9 minutes to the hour of 10 o'clock. To the hour of 10 o'clock. So you all have at least 5-6 calls to come in. So the lines are open. Oh boy. What tells you for us by the time? I have no more voice note here.
Andy, Lennox, Mickie. Yesterday I had called to ask to speak to Lennox after the program. You gave me a number, but I was not getting in through to that number. Andy, I will send you my number, and if Lennox could contact me on WhatsApp, I will be very grateful. Thank you.
Go ahead, caller. Morning. What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Good morning. This is Granny. I call in from Tacarigua. I call in to tell to come out, support the ground report, and go down to the Parliament tomorrow. Go down. Granny, all you. I'm so glad that I see all the boys work hard. And I don't forget TC and Harry. And get out this PNM government. God bless all the boys for that, the save at the people life, all the save at country. Doctors alone save life. All you save a country, all you save granny life. Because I go to hospital under camera, it could be better. And God bless all your boys. I want all you to get out all the PNM, what they still, all them PNM, what still they say, when UNC win, everybody go win, PNM go win too. Because water, light, food, medicine, school, everybody go get. But get out all them wicked PNM from the thank you, children. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Go ahead, next caller. Go ahead, Ramnarayan, Canada. Go ahead, Canada. Don't listen to the phone. Go ahead. To the radio. Well, to the gadget.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox. Good morning, Mikey K. You know what I want to say this morning? I'm going to be very short. This guy, Marva Gonzalez, why you come out there? He believe he's still in government. They're acting as if they're still in government. I want to say what they want. Plus, Stuart Young. Why didn't come and arrest themselves? Go somewhere far from Trinidad and don't ever come back. You lose. You're not in government. Don't behave like you're still in government. Want to tell the members of Parliament and the ministers what to do? No, you had your chance, and you blow it. Because you brought the country down to dust. So just shut up all the mouth and go all the way. Marvin, Paris, Stuart Young, all go all the way around. All have no business pushing all them out in the government business.
All right. The lines are open. Time check. It's 5 minutes to the hour. 5 minutes to the hour, yes. Yeah. Nice. So I'm just hook back up this thing here to take some calls. Oh boy.
Morning, Lennox. Morning, Mikey. Morning to everybody who's on the live. Hello?
Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Yeah, morning, Andy, Mikey, Lennox, and everybody who's on the live. Andy, listen to this now. One of the things that I'm looking forward to, you see, the former administration, everybody who was in that former administration, I want to see silver bracelets and blue lights because they're responsible for bringing this country into a chaotic state. And they have to be held accountable because you can't just let these people and them mash up the place just like that. You only need 10 point something billion dollars, right? 14 months cover. And all of a sudden, then this Heritage and Civilization Fund plus excess liquidity, you will tell me them wipe out all of that and top of that, they borrow money too? You borrow money too? Right? 140 something billion dollars, right? And you telling me that they will not be held accountable? Now they have to get locked up. They have to get locked up. We fed up with the PNM. PNM plan to disappear. Fire burn this dirty, stinking, evil PNM, boy. I gone. God bless.
Thank you, caller. Next caller, morning.
Hi, good morning. Just want to make one contribution. Concerning these truck-borne water contracts and them. Seeing that water is doing a fantastic job because I had real pressure with water and I noticed most people are getting water. So are the government going to look into it? Because that, to me, if they take that same money and put it into people who not getting, the country would become better, 100% efficient with water supply.
I agree, ma'am. I agree.
Right, so we need to look into that. I know there's a lot of private companies that benefits from that truck-borne water.
Yeah, we spoke about this several times right here, as a matter of fact.
Right.
So true.
So
Don't forget tomorrow, most importantly, Historic Day. We'll talk more about it in the morning, but come out in your numbers wherever you're coming from. Come on down. 1:30 is the ceremonial opening, but you want to gather before that and give support. And
That's
you have
true.
anything
So
else?
again, tomorrow morning, please go to all roads lead to the Red House, Parliament.
Lennox, you're on later on tonight?
Yes, I am.
All right, and the Observer will be on Sunday.
Good morning, Andy and Lennox. You see all them doctors and them? They're too wicked. You go tell me them, see what happened to the man daughter, and none of them ain't go see nothing. They're batching for one another inside of the. And all them lawyers, the Bible really say woe unto all there, you know. All there doesn't pick up people's case, so, because all they see that they will not pay off for all they drop the man case rather than to give the man justice. That's the kind of people all there is, but all they just run down all them vennies when they go in the detention center and fight the case for them, and win all them million and change and things for them. The vennies are them getting justice, but not the Chinese. Chinese are the suffer. This man deserves justice. You understand? He deserves justice. They're too wicked for what they do him. Have a good day, Andy.
All right, thank you, caller. A lot to discuss. Again, tomorrow.
Gentlemen.
Don't forget.
All right, well, if there's anything, let me lock off because I'm in it too. So let me lock off.
Yeah, again, don't forget on Sundays now, 5 to 7 p.m., The Observer with yours truly, Mikey K. And later on tonight, Corridor Transformation with our very own Lennox Smith. Tomorrow, folks, the 13th, sitting of the Parliament. Yes, historic day. So please come out in your numbers, give support. Come out. Until then, we are out of here. Try to stay alive.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith. The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.